up within this hour, and it's going to be the first of many Sunday saver opportunities. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. We've got plenty of treats, a little bit of something cheeky up our sleeves in a limited stock offering. It's brand new, but it is restricted. Everybody who's seen it, and I mean literally from our production, from everybody who works here, has had their eye on this, but nobody has guessed what it is. This is brand new, exclusive, 30 ever offered, that is 30 of 30, black moonstone. Ooh, oh my goodness me. I said to Tom, who's producing tonight, I said to Tom, what do you mean 30? Why have we not got 300? Why have we not got 330? 30? What's that about? I mean, this is brand new and it's coming your way, and it is going to be an exclusive 30 of 30 available. This cheeky deal here, you'll never see a price like it because we've never done a price like it before. We've never done what we're about to do on this deal, including on that natural blues and Thai pink sapphire. That combination should never be priced to the deal that you're about to see, but that is happening. It is your Sunday Saver showcase. It's the pinnacle, it's the final, it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. We've got the gorgeous Katie joining us as well to inspire us throughout the show. And I tell you what, we've got some treats in our kits.
Oh, we have. They are amazing kits.
Aren't
I've
they?
been treated big time this week.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It is. I think both kits are treats for different reasons.
Oh, absolutely. Both my areas, they're just amazing.
Yeah, boxes a tick tonight,
Absolutely.
definitely. First kit, I will remind you, the price of even just one of the elements is higher in price than the price of the whole kit. Now that doesn't even make sense because that's not even business sense. There's no logic to that. But we're not here to make logic, we're here to make friends. We're here to make sure that big deals happen. Oh yeah! I've been away, can you tell I've been on my holidays? I've had this pent up excitement, and Angela's gone, hi Vicki, welcome back. Did you have a lovely holiday? I've missed you so much. Oh, I've had a lovely time. The only thing is, where we went, right, it meant I had to cycle every single day. For a fortnight, I have cycled every single... That seems like quite a lot, but I haven't cycled on my own. I've cycled with my 3-year-old on the back seat every single day, up hills and... I mean, honestly, I'm not sure it was a holiday. Said to the husband as we went back yesterday, I think I need another holiday just to, you know, to get over that holiday.
Yeah, you need a rest now.
Need a rest.
Yeah.
I need to go on holiday. But oh no, the treats are here, so no resting tonight. Fast and furious. Now hold on to your hats. Anybody who knows me, right, these are my kind of evenings because I love mega deals. I love to bring you those ultimate opportunities. So this is going to be 4 hours, which is not going to stop. No breathing space. So get ready. Have you got your cup of tea beside you? Maybe even a glass of wine, or perhaps even a little sherry. Whatever it is, get ready. I was about to say, let's get ready to rumble. In a very northeastern, let's get ready to rumble. We start with our ultimate deal. I can tell you now that's already selling out, right? I can tell you now the sapphire is already going. So it's the lowest price you'll have ever seen for this deal, and it is already going. So if it's a limited stock offer, which it is, it's faster and furious. That's the way it's going to be. Right, let's go straight to the first opportunity. Thanks so much for joining us this Sunday. We're starting with our gold electroplated smoky quartz centerpiece. It's an elongated pear center stone. Oh, and look at the clarity in that single stone. That is absolutely magnificent. I mean, totally clear gemstone. It's a type 1, so that's exactly what we expect from this gemstone, because type 1 means totally clear, totally luxury based clarity. You've got this wonderful electroplated surrounding, and you've also got, of course, the pendant hoop. All of this look, yours for the taking, £6.95, just like that. You can get something seriously impacting. Simple chain, add perhaps it to gemstones, maybe even seed beads. Actually, that would look rather nice, wouldn't it?
Really
that
well,
would be a lovely bonus. Absolutely fantastic. Sarah's just got in touch. She says, Oh, and so glad to see Vicki and lively guest designer Katie. I love it. We have got some big treats tonight,
We
with
have
Katie.
huge.
We
It's
have.
amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. That's
really big
gorgeous.
treats.
I love smoky quartz because for me it gives you that monochrome look, but without being black. I like the sort of more smoky quartz in them darker colours, but not the black for me personally. I absolutely adore it. We don't see enough of it for me.
We don't see enough of smoky
No.
quartz, and actually we went through a long time, you know, when we first joined you here, gosh, 7+ years ago, actually we had a really strong phase of smoky quartz, and actually in the gem world it just doesn't sustain. Some things that then have highs of availability then disappear, and it's often about finding pockets, you know, small yields that then you'll see in the marketplace for perhaps 6 months or a year, which will then disappear, and then, you know, then people go, well, where's it gone? Why is it not available? Well, that's Mother Nature. Mother Nature totally controls the availability on these offers, and this is an offer and a half that actually Mother Nature doesn't get too much involved in, but actually what? Okay, this is literally on and gone. I've just been told the quantity. I've just been told the quantity, and I know it's not going to be enough. Not when you see the grade of this box chain. Now, box chain is a link-on-link chain that creates a fantastic, tight, sleek quality. Often a box chain can be almost a version towards a snake chain. So it has a really beautiful, sleek texture to the skin. Really strong style. I've only got 3 now left in stock. That's the 3 of 3 that are left in stock now. A metre of this solid sterling silver chain. That's a lot of sleek quality popcorn. Oh, $14.95 popcorn chain alongside your box chain, alongside your snake chain, all create this slender sleek quality. Absolutely magnificent distinction that you have on this link on link formation. It's got a really beautiful contemporary edge, does popcorn chain. Probably one of the most popular chains of this time. And you've got the look, you've got the chance for a metre. That means you've got so much more jewellery to be made. Or perhaps one dramatic piece. Maybe you get a pendant like you've just seen from that gorgeous smoky quartz, and you create one dramatic elongated lariat style necklace. I mean, I wear a lot of my chains even without pendants. I like to just get that sleek look against the neckline. You've got this look. $14.95 is all you pay. Oh, look at that. Message just come in. I love Katie, one of my favourite designers. She's a very talented lady and always produces some wonderful designs.
Thank you very much. That's really kind.
That is gorgeous and actually totally true.
Totally
true. Every time, whenever Katie's on with me, I know that she's just going to bring something different to us, and that's exactly what you've got here. That gorgeous neckline look that we're going to inspire you with. And Katie, you're actually going to talk about this because this is a design I've never seen before.
This is called or prismatic right-angled weave. Yeah, that.
I think we'll learn about that later on. Pro.
And it's really easy.
Is that how I say it?
Pro. P-R-A-W.
Okay, so we're going to learn that in the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Katie's company teaching us how to create this fantastic look, and that's from 9 o'clock. But we've got another kit coming up, which we're both very excited about for 2 different reasons. I'm a bit of a bargain hunter, so we've got a great deal on the first kit, but actually also in terms of how much you get to then design against.
Yeah, the amount of wire that we get.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned the wire on this kit. All I'm going to say is if you want 50 metres of wire and then some, then the next kit is going to be the one for you. That's from 7 o'clock this evening. Right, let's whip up a storm. Are they metallic pearls? Because that's what they look like. Oh my gosh. Oh, these are stunning. Are they classified as metallic or silver? Silver perfection that you have here, that metallic edge that we're all very in keeping of paying a high price for these days. We're talking about luxury, and I mean true luxury. Hey, do you know that actually the pearls that are coming into the marketplace now, it's a reduction of around about 2/3 of the stock that they used to have. Do you want to know why? Because the last 2 seasons of pearl farming, they've been hit by so many big storms. There's been so much impact in the areas that we're sourcing these gemstones and pearls from, is actually that the availability, they're talking about 1/3 to 2/3 of a reduction. Now obviously what we've got in stock at the moment is still the availability, but going back, and we found this, and a number of our big pearl dealers have said this very seriously, the availability is so limited that supply to demand, which normally can be met by pearls, is not there this time. So this farming season and going on to the next farming season for pearls, we're talking about serious potential price hikes. I mean, I'm talking, I've got a really close connection to one of the biggest pearl farms in Australia, and also one of the main dealers who works in Bond Street for pearls. And he has said, and he was only out there just a few months ago, in fact it was about a month and a half ago, he was out, he said the pricing on pearls is shifting dramatically because of the pearl farming of the last 2 seasons. You've got to be prepared that the price of pearls is going to shift. You've got to be prepared that we're not always going to be able to commit silver pearls to this luxury of pricing of $9.95. That's not going to be a standard price point for us to achieve if you're talking to the inline traders. And I'm talking about, as I say, direct connections that I've got to both Australian pearl farmers, and on top of that, one of the most elite buyers to pearls in Bond Street, and they've both said exactly the same thing on pricing of pearls.
Yeah.
It's really important to identify that. It's a time to buy, and I would say now is the time to buy on pearls. Going forward, I don't know where the prices are going to go. I can't tell you that. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do know that there's a lot of people saying that these prices can't be maintained. $9.95 is all you pay. Congratulations on this gorgeous, and they have got that metallic edge to them, haven't they?
Beautiful metallic sheen, isn't it, around them? Beautiful.
Well, normally if you add the word metallic to pearls, you then add an extra price tag as a levy almost on metallic qualities, especially if you go to, you know, the South Sea pearls, those kind of gradings of South Sea pearls. If you add metallic, which is the highest density of luster, they then charge at least double the price tag.
Just visually though, on your stall, if you've got metallic pearls, it just draws people's eye in, and then you can, explain a little bit more about pearls to them, and explain that price of pearls are going to go up, and people will invest in their pearls then.
I think that's what's interesting is at $9.95, you know, you've got what is a relationship with something that's very expensive in our mind, and we're actually, as you can see, we're making it affordable. And it's great coming up into the next summer and probably the next 2 seasons, autumn and winter. These colours are perfect for autumn and winter. These are the colours that actually are going to lift the skin tone. They're going to really enhance the warmer tones that you start to wear in your outfits. Pearls like this, I think they're a given. They're a must-have, and you've got the must-have. I will absolutely say to you, you've got to watch the price of pearls in the next few months. I would say in particular, right, anybody who wants to get your classic pearls, this kind of size, this is the time to buy. That's just from, as I say, just the connections that I've got and the recent conversations. And I mean, literally within the last month and a half, 6 weeks or so, that I would certainly guarantee it's the time to buy. Now then, we're going to two of stock at full stop. Really? 2 of 2. I'm sorry, I'm looking puzzled because I'm just going, well, why would we even put this to air when we've only got 2? Because that's just going to let down a lot of people, isn't it? I mean, that is literally just guaranteeing people are going to miss out, because if there's only 2, it is going to be a fastest finger first to totally get the fact that that's the kind of show that we're in. It's almost, you'd almost border it on clearance show at these kind of quantities. But 2 of 2 is all I've got in stock, and I guess in some ways we have to identify that this is a gemstone that we should rejoice that we've even got 2 available, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, jadeite for me, it's a beautiful stone. It's calming, it's a peaceful stone, and hearts sell.
And I think especially, you know, when we start to identify each heart can be worn individually.
Yes.
You can use each one of these hearts, and if it was a round or if it was a different shape, you perhaps would be more inclined to stack them and layer them. Whereas a heart holds its own as a single entity, a single heart to an earring, a single heart to a pendant. You can see this going a long, long way, can't you?
That is a really good heart shape as well. It's being carved beautifully, is that? Because it's got a really good cleavage, because a lot of them are kind of pearish heart shapes that you see sort of out there, but that's a real true heart shape. It's beautiful.
the actual drop here is called the cleft.
Cleft, sorry.
No, well, it's interesting because I didn't know this until I studied with the GIA, but each part of a heart, in terms of a gemstone, each part has got a different name.
Right.
Honestly, and when you get asked these questions and you go, okay, what's this and what's that? Oh my life, and every shape has got different names for different parts of the shape. So it's actually that little drop in there is the cleft.
Right, brilliant.
That's the only bit I remember. I'd like to remember the rest. I think the larger parts of the heart called the wings. Right. And the rest of it, I'll try and remember next time I'm back in. Oh, I'm back in tomorrow. I'll see if I can find the document that needs to tell me, so we learn the words. Because it's quite nice to just have a bit of technical words, isn't it? When especially when you're working with gemstones and shapes all the time, it's nice to have that kinship to getting the wording, isn't it? And we have, of course, don't forget, matching that heart, we have this huge opportunity. This is the biggest I've ever seen. In fact, it's the only one I've ever seen of its kind. This is black moonstone coming your way. It's 30 available. We've been asked repeatedly to put that for pre-order. Not on your Nelly. If we'd put that for pre-order, it'd sell out within a heartbeat. I didn't even do that on purpose. I'd like to suggest I'm that sharp, but I really am not. I just didn't. Okay, let's go. Let's go to. Ooh. Well, Vix, we never assumed that you were that sharp. Gee, thanks. We've got whoa.
I don't think it was done like.
Did I just do that live on television?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Now the thing is, I didn't do anything. I promise I didn't do anything. Or did I? Did I just get enthusiastic? I just got enthusiastic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Emma. I just got enthusiastic. I just got excited. She's watching us. She's watching us, and she's like that. I'm watching you. Oh no, I really have literally just snapped it. But if I just show you here, it's just shy of a metre that you have. It was longer, but as you can see here, it's 84 centimetres of spectacular qualities of fire opal, all the way from Mexico. Tell you what, at the moment, Mexican fire opal, it's the one location. It's the Jalisco region that we source this gemstone from, and Jalisco, Jalisco, I think is how you spell it. The Jalisco region is one of the most significant yields, but guess what? This quality comes from one mine only in the Jalisco region. So it's one mine from one region in the whole world.
Wow.
And that's the quality. The only quality that defines Mexican fire opal. You've got the luxury of this definitive grading, from the lighter to the brighter to the richer to the bolder. It's a full arrangement of technicolor oranges and yellows, suitable to create some serious drama into your jewellery. Drop style earrings like flickering flames, beautiful tassels that entice shades of colour. That's what you've got here. Drama. What?
Oh wow.
One place, one location, one defining quality. You can check all sources of fire opal. No other location can define this quality. There's one place and you've got it. You've got the quality for £12.95. Now obviously if you're there, Hampshire, Middlesex, Nottingham, Bristol, you've got to be quick to check out on these deals. These are fast and furious opportunities. You see it, you want it. One place in the world. Once you've got the chance to own it, you've got the opportunity to create with it. And these colours give creation, don't they?
For me, I would be buying that and making tree of life designs, but ombreing the colours across.
Ooh.
So going from lighter to darker across, and just saying the kits that we've got coming up, it's got the perfect wires.
Yeah.
It's got your 1mm and your 0.4, perfect fit, and you could make so many tree of life designs from that.
I mean, what's extraordinary is you're going straight there, and my head goes, oh, I want to see this as flickering movement of flames because I see the colours.
I'm just thinking autumn's coming up and then
Totally get
colours.
it.
I mean, just outside here today when we pulled up, you could see the trees starting to turn, and that's just inspiring for the next season.
And what's extraordinary is we are really talking about a defining quality of one location gemstone. And I think sometimes when you have that kind of definition of quality, you never expect these kind of prices, and nor should you. I would absolutely recommend one thing. If you're buying this strand, for me, I'd get the certificate of authenticity, because the location defines the quality of Mexican fire opal. And when you say Mexico with this grading of colour, you're talking Jalisco, and that really is quite impressive. And you've got that quality, you've got that guarantee. And if you do want it, I mean, look at the way as I hold it on my hand, just see how many different shades of colour you can see. It's not like I'm going to ask you to see 1 or 2 colours or 3 or 4. This is a myriad of different flavours and textures. You've got there the deepest of reds, you've got the burning oranges, you know, you've got that life of quality. And for me, when you were saying that ombre, I was going, okay, I need to buy 2 or 3 strands actually, because I've got that image now of that gorgeous autumn tree of life. But now my head just goes, but can I not do something that then creates almost a framework for that?
Tassels, even just restranding and popping that smoky quartz that we just had, that would look beautiful together.
I'm there. I need 2 strands, minimum 2 strands for me now. And if you think about it, you buy 2 strands, that's 160 centimetres. That's over 1.5 metres of Jalisco opal that you've got there. Absolutely magnificent. Now, at the same time as ordering live, I've got a lot of people who are also pre-ordering. This one deal is going to be one of the biggest treats of the show. We had, and I'm going to use that as a framework, had 58. I can tell you now, I don't have to have 58 in stock anymore. It is going to be a buy it while we've got it opportunity. That is not just natural blues that you're seeing here. It's Thai pink sapphire. I've even got a photograph somewhere of me in Thailand almost 12 years ago now, right? And when I was there 12 years ago, and I was at one of the most highly regarded mines for Thai sapphire, do you want to know how many pieces of sapphire and ruby they found in the whole time I was filming? I was probably filming for, oh goodness me, pretty much the whole day, I would say. They found one. And that was over a decade ago. And that was one of the highest producing sapphire and ruby mines that there is in Thailand. And they were producing 1 in a whole day pretty much of filming. And that one wasn't even gem quality. That's the reality. Why are we doing this as a price reduction? You know this, for elsewhere, this would be price increase, not price decrease, simply because of the rarity of the Thai sapphire. Amazing, amazing. Right, where should we go to next? Multicoloured. Why do we call it multicoloured beryl? Right, I'm just going to ask this question, and I'm actually going to send an email about this, because I have a little bit of a thing about this. Because if you say multicoloured beryl, to most people, that doesn't mean anything, right?
It doesn't.
But if I said to you, aquamarine, oh, I'm interested. If I said to you, the Tiffany gemstone of morganite, you're interested. Why we call it beryl, when in reality beryl for most of us is nothing.
It doesn't
but
mean,
morganite and aquamarine is something so special.
Absolutely, needs renaming, desperately.
And it is special. I have to say, this is seriously special, because you have really got the nail of quality here. We've bullseyed the luxury of what we know this gemstone can be, because this is beryl, and beryl is essentially the umbrella family to aquamarine, to emerald, to morganite, to goshenite, to heliodor. Some of the most refreshing gemstones on the planet come from the beryl family. So we shouldn't underestimate what the beryl family is, but I think actually beryl family is, it almost takes away the majestic luxury of what really is the defining qualities of this strand, morganite. And I call it the Tiffany gemstone because that's where this gemstone first began its life, exclusively in the windows of Tiffany's. Then on top of that, aquamarine, probably one of the most sought after gemstones that we have here in our vaults is aquamarine. And yet, again, a little bit like we were talking about earlier on with the smoky quartz, used to have an easy access to this gemstone. And now, if you go to anywhere from Madagascar to Brazil, aquamarine is one of the most difficult gemstones to source. It's ludicrously difficult to get hold of gem quality, and certainly of this beautiful grading tonal quality that you're seeing here. breathtaking strand, not just multicolored beryl, but this is aquamarine and morganite working together. Is the price stuck on that price tag? $12.95 is again another treat, another opportunity. I mean, if you start to break this down and we start to talk about, as I say, Tiffany's gemstones and aquamarine of high-grade luxury qualities of colour, and I'm just going to make one bracelet, and that's probably a third of the strand. That's looking at, what, £4.30? You don't go to a costume jewellery shop with £5 and expect to get genuine gemstones. You expect to get plastic. You expect to get perhaps a crystal or maybe a piece of glass. You don't expect for £4.33 to get what is exceptionally a luxury item for your jewellery collection. And yet that's exactly what you can make yourself. You can make 3 luxury bracelets from that one strand.
Yeah, I would actually break it up even further and maybe either put 3 or 5 into one of our slider bracelets.
Really?
And I'd be charging, what, £30 each?
And these are our slider
Easily.
bracelets. I'll quickly show you in case you're watching for the first time. So our slider bracelets are essentially everything that you want a bracelet to be in terms of easy wearability, cushioning around the wrist. And what you get is the slider of the actual clasp, plus you also get the silver chain, as you can see it here. This is rose gold finished. And then you can create, and I'm just going to get something to hold this in place. So if I do it like so, then you can choose, as Katie's just offered. Okay, I'm going to take, are you going to take 7? 5?
5. I wouldn't go more than 5.
Always do odd numbers, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until I started.
It gives you a central point, that's all.
Okay, so I've got 5 there. I've got my aquamarine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I'm going to do it like that. And there's your bracelet.
Yeah. Done.
Man.
Done. And you can do that just straight
Christmas
on with
craft
thread and
stores.
crimps, or you could just do it with wire and a wrap loop at each end.
I mean, if you think about it, a luxury silver bracelet, which includes morganite and aquamarine.
Yeah. No, at least £30, at least.
But even if you, I mean, if you think about it, you don't even need to charge that much.
No.
If you want to do sales based on quantity rather than huge margins, if you want to sell maybe 10 instead of 3, you can lower the price because you can afford to lower the price because actually this strand is costing you so little, which is probably the main ingredient to the success of the bracelet.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy a few of those bracelets, the strand, you've got half your Christmas presents for the women done in your family, done, isn't it?
Job done.
You could even earrings as well with that, couldn't you?
And you know, I have made a promise to myself this year. I am going to get sorted early.
I started 2 days ago.
You started 2 days
my
ago.
Christmas
Shush.
shopping. I did.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I woke up with a plan. Thought, right, I just went straight into town, bought what I wanted, came back. It has begun. Yeah.
Slightly envious.
Yeah. It probably won't happen again now until like November. But
I'm very impressed by that.
Well
though.
started.
That's inspiring.
Yeah.
That's taken me to another level of inspiration. I'm going to be organised this year. I'm not going to leave it to the last couple of weeks. I'm not. If it happens, then obviously
I'm going to message you in a couple of weeks and have you started?
Yeah, exactly. Start messaging. Right. If you want the said chain to go with that we've just been talking about for the wristwear, it's now. Now, obviously, as we've just said, you could actually make 5 or 6 bracelets from this one strand of the beryl. So if you've bought the beryl with the intention of making more than one of these bracelets, then buy more than one of these bracelet findings now. Get hold of the deal now while you've got chance. This is a multi-purchase alert. Don't buy one. For me, this is the one time where I'll guarantee if you buy 5, you'll wish you bought 10. If you buy 10, you wish you bought 20. I'm not exaggerating. For those who've already worked with these slider bracelets, they are a revelation to your jewellery style.
And rose gold is the one that you run out of. At the moment, rose gold is huge.
Everything's about rose gold. And you've got the rose gold finish here on top of your sterling silver. You've got the luxury of that simple classic slider design. And the slider design, and as you can see there, it even has the engraving on the 925, which guarantees this is sterling silver. Another important addition to perhaps if you're selling your jewellery or gifting your jewellery, because it's nice to have that ident of something luxurious. It's really interesting, but I've got a friend of a friend, so it's my friend's mother. And we were chatting just a couple of weeks ago, and as we were talking, she went, "I know, but this is sterling silver." Yeah, I do sterling silver. This is a jewelry. Yeah, we do sterling. This is solid sterling silver. I went, yeah. Oh, we do solid sterling silver. And it was almost like there was not a belief that it was solid sterling silver that you could buy in the jeweller's shop. It's like, oh, no, this is a jewellery shop sterling silver. There's no such thing as difference between sterling silver, sterling silver. As long as it's got 92.5% pure silver, then it's sterling silver. Oh, no, but this is jewellery shop sterling silver. This is Jewish shop sterling silver. It's exactly the same.
925 is 925.
Exactly.
It's 925.
Exactly. It was very. I gave up in the end, and I just went. Rose gold plated sterling silver. Yours for the taking. Pardon? I know you've had the calculator tapping away there, Tom. All I can tell you is that literally all I've had the whole time we've been chatting, right? I've had Tom, and I can hear. I have a little earpiece here, right? And Tom can chat to me. We've got Adam directing, who tells me what cameras we're on. But in particular, I can hear Tom essentially tapping away at a calculator. Now, no. Okay. Last 25 available. Now, he is totally convinced by the fact that he believes if you've just bought the beryl, you want to multi-purchase on this deal. You don't just want to buy one, you want to buy two. If you don't want to buy two, you want to buy three.
This is the longer length one as well.
It is.
Do a slightly shorter one. So this is the one that's going to fit everybody.
And actually, that's really important for a gift, that you do have the almost one-size-fits-all scenario in a slider bracelet. This is the longer length. This is approximately, in total, 24 centimetres. It's 25 exclusively reduced in price, right? This is going to be a sellout deal. Multi-purchase now, because we've never seen this price before. One exclusive deal, not 12. No, 12. Thank you. 17 is the price you should be paying. 12.95 is actually your price tag. There's only 25 available. This is literally buy it while we've got it. We will not honour this price tag again. I've been told by Tom to say very clearly, we will not honour this price tag again. And the reason I'm saying that is that if this is a reorder, so this will sell out, obviously, and if it comes back into stock, it will not be $12.95 again. It will go back up to 17. You buy now at $12.95, or you're happy to pay $17.95 if it comes back into stock. This is your longer length 24 centimetre slider bracelet, box round chain bracelet combination that you have here in the rose gold plated sterling. More multi-buys than there are single buys. No surprise there. Bev's got 3. I've got collectors buying 2s. I've got another collector in Durham buying 3. Jacqueline's bought 2. I've got buyers in Cornwall, Norfolk, Wiltshire. You've got to be quick to check out on this deal, because the exclusive opportunity that you have here is that there is 25 in stock, full stop. 25 for the taking at this exclusive price tag. Now, once this is at $12.95, it will not be honoured at $12.95 from this point onwards. It's a buy it while we've got it. I know that Tom's going to get into trouble for that, but you know what? That's going to be a sellout. That is an exclusive sellout deal. Now, hold those phone lines and don't hang up on that deal, because if you hang up on that deal, we won't honour that price tag again. Now, we are about to twist and shout in this mega bundle deal, because you are about to get the twisted tubes that can change the look of your jewellery in a heartbeat. In fact, I'd go so far as to say, if you want to keep it really simple, and I've seen a couple of jewellers recently who have done this, who have taken something as classic as a slider bracelet like this, and you know all they've done? One. That's it.
Yep.
One. And it looks gorgeous.
Looks amazing. You could put 3 in and maybe a spacer bead in between, but I'm
skinflinty.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I've done that before. Just put 1 on a head pin as a pair of earrings. It's amazing.
And the interesting thing is because you've got that movement, if I just rotate it round, can you see how you've got that? That's all you need. Yeah. You need almost just like a post that runs through here. So you could use maybe a simple head pin, or, so you could just slip it through and you let that rotation happen. It looks great. Now, if I got that in a little jewellery box, I think somebody spent me £50 on a sterling silver. Is it jewellery shop sterling silver? Yes, it is. You've got the chance to be able to make your look. Now, if you want to mix your metals, what about this? Because mixing metals is really big, isn't it, at the moment? You could mix your metals that way and just add in a little bit of...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love mixed metals.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've got a real thing about mixing my metals at the moment, and I think that that is just a really subtle way of giving texture to a design, isn't it? And you've got the chance. We're going to do this deal as a mega bundle offer. Essentially, this is what we classify as a trade deal. A trade deal is where you get bigger quantity for a smaller price tag, so each minimum unit is a lower price tag. You don't get that in things like your hobby and crafting shops, because actually they're a retail outlet. We're essentially trading and retailing at the same time. I mean, we're a bit of a mix mash of traders and retailers at the same time, because we do big bundles. £10.95 is all you pay. What you're going to get is this combination. You're going to get your larger rose gold finish, which are your larger twisted tubes. You're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of the larger tubes. And then on top of that, you're going to get a further 10, but this time of your smaller twisted tubes in the gold finish. So you can see how, and you know what you could do with those. I mean, that's going to be a fantastic complement and go so well with the first kit that we have tonight.
Amazing with the first kit.
Won't
so
it?
much you could do with those, and including the rose gold as well. So the rose gold and the gemstone that's in the first kit look beautiful together.
It is going to look good.
Yes.
£10.95. Does that work out at what? Less than 60p each? 55 pence each. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. If you just even, as I say, going back to the principle of the rose gold bracelet, just one of those, 55p is the centre point to that bracelet. It looks incredible. It looks costly, and yet it's going to cost you 55p for the main centre point to that feature bracelet. The bracelet, don't forget, £12.95. Never, ever should we do that price tag for the bracelet. £12.95 plus 55p. So we're talking about what? £13.50, something like that, for that look. Amazing, absolutely incredible opportunity. Now we are one offer away exclusively, just one offer away from this deal, and it is big. It is seriously big. Never been to the price you're about to see. From the luxury of this combination of natural blues to Thai pink sapphire, that deal is going to be one of the biggest exclusive price points that you have for this evening. So please do get ready for that one offer away. But before that, we're going to go to some glorious connectors. Now then, I've seen these. Now, where are they? Here they are. Ooh. Ah, see, I love seeing these, because I'll guarantee that Katie will come up with something different, and I'll come up with this, and then, you know, we'll all think of something different with these, because I think these are the kind of opportunities which really are going to facilitate so many different styles of jewellery making. Whether you want to go for a very classic approach, whether you want to go for a little bit of taking something classic and giving a contemporary edge. There's so much. You're looking at these as a drop pair of earrings. You're looking at this as a beautiful feature to the hand, as a ring. There's so many different ways of using these connectors. And I do think what makes them special is that they are so versatile. There is that freedom to utilise these in so many different styles of jewellery making. You've got here 925 sterling silver, fresh water culture pearls sat into these connectors that are then beautifully set with cubic zirconia, dazzling away either side. This is 3 in total, so again, great if you are looking to make a suite of jewellery, whether that be a pair of earrings and a matching pendant, or whether that be a bracelet and a matching ring and even a pendant to go with. If you think about it, you could do all 3 with this look. You've got 3 for 1 price tag, and that price tag is an almighty reduced price, reduced to in my mind, to what it should be. Less than £4.50 each. You go and buy a ring that has the luxury of pearls, zircon and cubic zirconia and silver sat into. You buy a feature piece of jewellery like that, you're not paying £5 or less.
That would be so easy to make. Just one piece of wire, maybe wrap around the wire, gizmo coil around it for a bit more detail. But you've got all that shoulder work done for you already.
Job done.
Yeah, no brainer.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And I do think that these are the kind of opportunities that you could really maximise on for things like a Christmas stall.
Yes.
And if you want to have something where people can pick up and try on, you know, do 4 or 5 rings like this, maybe even 6 rings, buy 2 of these packs, and you've got something that people can stop, buy, and then you've got them to your stall. Then, you know, you're charging.
And you need things that you can make quickly for your stall.
Totally.
Because you can't make huge pieces for every piece on your stall, because you'd be making for 2 years before you got to do a craft fair.
Exactly.
So you need lots and lots of different pieces of stock, maybe more complicated stock, and then you need these super simple things that just have that wow factor.
Totally.
You say, it's a pearl ring, it's sterling silver. You know, it might have taken you 10 minutes to make, but it's a pearl sterling silver ring.
And there is kudos to that. No matter what, there is a kudos to that. And I think, you know, we have to remind ourselves, just because you bought it for £4.32 or whatever it was per thing, doesn't mean to say that you have to charge that. You have the option of how you charge based on the kudos of the jewellery that you've created. Absolutely fantastic. Talking about kudos, we're talking about something big is about to happen. I've had so many people messaging in about this deal going, so what exactly can you do? Well, what you're about to see is something we've never done before, and it is unrepeatable. I mean, we're very clear about that. We are not in the game of doing this anything other than once and once only. We're selling out on this deal. That's our expectation to the price. One time only, one time only, one time only. Yeah, I got excited there. This is a huge opportunity. It is exclusive access and it's yours for the taking. We're talking Star Buy. There's just not one point and not one part of this strand that should be price reduced. I mean, honestly, not one part. We're talking about the luxury of natural blues of Madagascan sapphire. Totally natural blues, not treated, natural blues. Then, to top it off, we're talking about pink Thai sapphire. Now those two, just on its own, if I was just going to talk about, and I mean we've got some amazing colours coming here from things like, you've got your sunset sapphires, you've got some paparazzi tones coming through, so there's lots to talk about with this strand, and it is a full multicolour arrangement of sapphires. But we have to highlight, and I feel like it's my job to highlight, that centre part to this offer. Can you see that centre cluster of probably about 1.5 inches to 2 inches? That's pink Thai sapphire. Now, when we start to talk about availability of gemstones to the trade, right, and we talk about the availability of precious gemstones like sapphire, we have to identify the fact that actually sapphire is available in a number of different locations throughout the world. It is a gemstone that is available from a number of different deposits. Sometimes the grading of the gemstone can alter because of the location, but in reality it is a very, very prized stone from a number of variant locations. But the reality is there is one place that you should never expect to get sapphire from these days, and if you do, you expect to pay a high price tag. I know of a dealer who bought this gemstone, but they've never managed to seal a deal on Thai sapphire. They've done every other location, but they've never sealed a deal on Thai sapphire because there's never been the availability in the last decade. That's 10 years of supply to this gemstone. And we're about to bring you, and this is an exclusive opportunity. And I said to Tom, look, the reality is that we shouldn't be taking the prices down on a strand like this when you've got 1 inch to 2 inches of Thai pink sapphire. The prices should be be higher, not lower, because we're doing something that we should never ever do. We're about to, would you go to say somewhere like Kensington in London and expect them to do a price reduction on a house?
No way.
You wouldn't.
No.
Would you go to Chelsea and expect them to do a deal on a house?
No, you expect that price to start going up, yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Why would we, and this is what I've been saying to Tom since I came into the production room, why would we do this for something that we no longer can have access to, no longer have available? Now, that was a decade ago. I was in Thailand. I was in the Bangkar Jar mine, which is one of the most prolific and one of the most well-known mines in the world for Thai sapphire. I was there filming, and I was there with a number of the film crew. We were all there. We were there for a whole day. I've got photographs, I've got images, I can show you everything. And in that time, one gemstone, that was over a decade ago, on one sapphire. So that's 10 years down the line. In fact, it was probably 12 years down the line. So how on earth, and I genuinely don't get this, how on earth we now suggest that this strand that includes 1 inch to 2 inches of Thai sapphire is about to go lower in price, not higher in price. It's absolutely, it's nonsensical. And that's why it is a one-off deal. And I've said to Tom, if we're going to do it, then we have to absolutely identify and almost hold it and own it that we're going to say this is an exclusive one-off deal. This is, I would say, an unrepeatable opportunity. It's never been to the price you're about to see it. It's probably never going to be seen again. So if you want it, we are pricing to sell out. We're not pricing to sell the quantity of 5s and 10s. We're here to sell out the whole quantity. When it happens once. And this is your time. Thank goodness you're watching. It's a go. The phone lines are now open. The web is open and everybody's got the same chance. The price you're about to see has never been seen before. We're about to go to the lowest price possible. This is a free phone number that you're dialing at the bottom of the screen. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com, but check out your basket. If you're going to buy one, have a think about it. Are you buying one and then buying it and thinking, should have bought two when you got it home? Or do you buy two and then think, thank goodness I got more than one? Thank goodness I got the chance to be able to get Thai sapphire and natural blue sapphires from Madagascar. We got all of this look available to you for a one-off exclusive price tag. You've got the chance to be able to access the luxury of this multicolour sapphire, Madagascan and pink Thai sapphire for a one-off exclusive price tag. We should never, ever repeat this price. In fact, it's not that we should, we will never repeat this price tag again. According to Tom, this is an exclusive opportunity and it's yours. It's yours for the taking. Can I say now, under £20? That's why you've got to be quick. That's why you buy two strands. We've never seen anything like. I've got goosebumps. Literally, I've got goosebumps. I've just said that £20 deal. That's your chance. This is an exclusive sellout price point. We're not pricing to sell quantity of 1s and 2s. We're selling quantities of 50s to sell out this deal. Don't forget, if you want your certificate of authenticity for just 25 pence additional, you can add that to your order. I would certainly encourage that because you've got Thai sapphire here. Thai sapphire, that's your pink qualities here. You've got natural blues from Madagascar as well in this strand. You've got a plethora of opportunity to play with colour, to play with rarity and distinction of jewellery for your collection. I have got queues on the phone lines, no surprise, but it's a free phone number that you're dialing. Your call will be answered. Congratulations. I've got Kate, I've got Susan, I've got Margaret, congratulations to you. I've got buyers joining us in Middlesex. I've got buyers joining us in Kent, congratulations to you. This is seriously the time to purchase. This is your chance to confirm. I'm so sorry if you find yourself holding on those lines, but you know what the reality is. It's Sunday, and it's Sunday where we do the biggest deals here on the evening show. Sunday's the time when we can max out on these collectors' opportunities and give you the lowest prices possible. I find it very interesting that when we see our call screens and when we see our collectors buying, it is literally words like collectors collector. We've got multiple collectors on this deal, and you've got the chance at $19.95 to access one of our finest collaborations. For me, just from my own personal experience, and I guess in some ways it is very personal because I've been there, I've seen it for myself, and that was over 10 years ago. Thai sapphire going under £20, that really is a statement and a half for your jewellery collection. And I guess in some ways that just elevates, doesn't it, the opportunity of working with something that is already a precious gemstone.
Absolutely, the location is just amazing, and that pink is, I would have expected to pay a lot more than that just for that pink section.
Yeah,
I expected, because I didn't check out the price beforehand. I thought when Tom said an amazing deal, I was thinking maybe $54.95, but that's crazy.
and I do think if you said to me outside of this moment, and obviously today is a very special day, you know, we're giving these cut prices, but actually if you said to me, Vix, I've got some Thai sapphire and I got it for less than £50, I would congratulate you, but I would make the assumption if you said £50, I'd think you meant $49.95. I think you would be expecting me to think this is a £50 deal and it's just shy of £50, because that's the level of quality we anticipate from Thai sapphire.
The intensity of the colour on there is just amazing.
But the blues, I mean, the blues are natural blues. I mean, if I hold that there, look at the depth of colour from natural blue Madagascar sapphire. And you know, we could talk about Thai sapphire, and we can talk about that heritage of a luxury location, but let's not underestimate Madagascar and the blues, totally natural. I mean, that's unheard of in the gem trade. It really is. They say now, probably about 7 or 8 years ago, there was a research paper that said it was around about 95% of sapphire was treated, right, in the gem trade, in the jewelry industry. 95%. Now, I was talking to one of the people who wrote that research paper. Really interesting guy. And interestingly enough, he said now it's probably 97 to 98%. Wow. It's actually higher than it is lower. And when you start to think about that and you put it into terms of getting something like this that sits so far into the smallest percentage availability, it's extraordinary. It now, this is going to be a sellout deal. For those who haven't checked out the baskets, I know you're there and I know you want. If you want it, you've got to check out. We are selling out on this deal. Absolutely selling out. Oh, bless you. Mrs. K in Merseyside, I'm delighted to see you with this offer, Vic. It is my birthday tomorrow. Thanks, Dan. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday tomorrow. It's your birthday. Congratulations, and I hope you have a lovely day tomorrow. Wishing you all the very, very best. And of course, September's birthstone, just an extra special treat for you there. Right, that will be a sellout if you haven't checked out. I think I've got 3 left. I think I've got about 3 left, but I've got about 7 or 8 web buys who haven't checked out. Somewhere along the lines we're oversubscribed on that deal, so please guarantee yourself that chance is yours. Now, obviously, you've just seen how busy we are. You've seen how accessible our deals are tonight. So with that in mind, this next kit that we have coming up in our 7 o'clock hour, that's just straight after the break, is going to have every single person watching reeling. I guarantee that we can't fathom out how we're about to do this price tag, and I'm being really, really serious. The deal that we have is so far removed from logical that it's literally just a pure JewelleryMaker exclusive. It is going to be an exclusive access kit. What that means is that we have a limited quantity that we can offer you. We don't have that kind of, rolling stock that you've seen us have over the last couple of months. It's non-rolling stock. It is an exclusive quantity. There is 89, there was 90 kits made. We obviously have given 1 to Katie. There is 89 exclusively available at 1 price tag. The price tag of the kit is lower than the price than even one of the offers inside the kit. Makes no sense, but it's happening straight after the break, so don't move a muscle.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy to follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Did you know that when you book a JewelleryMaker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Love JewelleryMaker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the JewelleryMaker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share. Buying with JewelleryMaker online couldn't be easier. Just head over to our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and click on the register link. Simply fill in the required fields and you can shop 24/7. You'll also be privy to a faster checkout and personalised offers. JewelleryMaker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs. Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with JewelleryMaker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $3.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $5.95. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share. Here at JewelleryMaker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Well, this is it. Exclusive access opportunity. This is the only chance that we get. Now, over the last few months, we've done some rolling kits where perhaps, you know, we've been able to facilitate more than one chance for them to be aired. We do not believe that we're going to be able to offer that same opportunity on this kit, which is why it's exclusively available for you this evening. There are 89 available, and I know you probably go, that's a bit strange number. Well, actually, it's not that strange. 90 actually was the quantity that we sourced. Katie's got one of them. She's made this luxury jewellery, and that's it. 89 of 89, full stop. Now, the reason I'm giving you the heads up on this deal is because there is no sense to this next opportunity. And if you're watching for the first time, it's probably the worst time for me to then introduce ourselves, because you'll go, well, this is a bit of a bizarre company. Why would they do something for the lower price than one of the There is no, I can't even, and I've worked here from day dot. I mean, I think I started about 3 months from when JewelleryMaker kicked off. So that's like 7.5, we're coming up to our 8th birthday.
We've had the 8th.
No, we've had our 8th birthday, haven't we? So we're coming up to, yeah. So about 8.5 months. Isn't May the 4th, isn't it? Is that our birthday? Don't remember me kids' birthdays, but remember May the 4th. Isn't that just ridiculous? But it's only because I think of Star Wars Day. So the thing is that we have over the last 8 years, we have offered these one-off opportunities. But I am absolutely sure that this is one of those that you've got to know us to truly just embrace the ridiculousness of it. And that's, I mean, obviously, Katie, you started by watching us.
Yes.
That's how you started. You obviously one of our wonderful guest designers for a number of years now, but actually you first became a jewellery maker via us.
Yeah, absolutely. Just stumbled across the channel and saw these literally crazy deals. Thought that must be too good to be true. Turned out it was actually true.
And I think the interesting thing about it is that, you know, because you have been on the other side, as I guess as it would be, when you've watched for the very first time, there is a moment when you go, well, it can't be. My husband, and as I say, I've worked here for a long time, my husband still, when we go to jewellery shops, my husband said, well, why do you not why is it that that's that expensive and why are you only charging that? My husband still has an issue with it, and he's still, because I guess my husband's quite logical. My husband sits where he works in an environment where he has to be logical. Life for my husband is about purely logic. And so I think in some ways when you come to us and there isn't a huge amount of logic to this deal, I mean, I promise you this is probably so far removed from logic. If you are watching for the first time, it's quite difficult to understand why we do it.
It doesn't compute in your head at all. And I remember telling my husband, I've ordered these things. I've ordered this amethyst off the telly. You know, I've ordered it off the telly. Probably be a load of rubbish and I'll send it back. And when it arrived and I got my authenticity and the quality and the amount that I got, and you know, it just escalated from there, and you know, done quite well out of it.
And the interesting part about it is actually it is that first step. I think it is that moment where you're just going to go, do you know what, I'm just going to give it. And because we are obviously, we're the longest running jewellery making channel. We are perhaps the only jewellery making channel that you know of. And the interesting part about it is that we've set our stall to be the very best place we can be for jewellery makers. You know, we haven't branched out and gone, right, okay, we're going to do all crafts, so we're not going to do decoupage, we're not going to do everything else. All we're going to do is be the very best for jewellery makers. And by doing that, all we've done is blinkered and said, right, we're going to be the finest, and that means the deals are going to be the best. We are going to be the place that you can trust. If you want to be a jewellery maker, then you can trust us that we'll provide what you want. And this bundle, and I'll promise you one thing, even for me, this bundle sits a long way away from where it should be priced, and I've been here for a while. This is one of those deals you don't miss out on. Whether you're brand new, whether you've watched us for years, you don't miss out. I can't give you any more signals. Anybody who knows me, I am putting 100% commitment to this. You can't afford to miss out on this deal, because we will not be able to, in my estimations, we will not roll this one back out again. This is $89 exclusively. Now the phone lines are in lockdown. The web is in lockdown. The phones and the web will have access to this deal at exactly the same time. When that launches, as soon as the graphics come on, it is a free-for-all. This is a one-off. $89 only. I'm getting excited. Are you ready? Right now, the phone lines and the web open. Right now, you've got the chance to get hold of this deal. To give you this opportunity, you've got to be so quick to guarantee this kit is yours. 242 carats of multicolour fluorite guaranteed in this luxury collaboration of cabochons. Look at the size of the cabochons. That's what makes me excited. It's because they're the perfect size for rings. They're the perfect size for the wrist. They're the perfect size for pendants, for multi-drops. They are the size that everybody everybody asks for Cabochons. They are exactly what you want them to be. And what's extraordinary is that the actual price of the Cabochons on this deal, the price of the Cabochons separately is going to be higher than the price of this kit. Now, again, I'm going to say that over and over again. You're going to have to keep on thinking about what that actually means. What it means is that we're about to sell a kit that has more than just the fluorite for a lower price than the fluorite sells on its own. Doesn't make sense. Absolutely no need for it, but it's happening today. I know Adam's just gone, what? I mean, Adam on camera too. It's literally just gone, what? That doesn't even make sense. I mean, why would they do that? Why would you do that? Right, can I just say, on top of what we're about to do for the fluorite, we're also giving you 58 meters. That's 58 meters of your gold coloured wire. You've got all of this deal. 58 meters. That includes 50 meters of your luxury opportunity of 0.4mm gauge. Plus you've also got 4 meters of, no, apparently 8 meters of your 1mm gauge. All of this, look, £31.85. Good? Great is the answer. But it's not your price tag today. Hold on to your hats. I can tell you now that the fluorite on its own sells higher than the price you're about to pay for the whole kit. That's it. I can tell you this is the only time that we're going to be able to bring you the fluorite and the wire. That's 58 meters of wire exclusively for £23.95. We do not believe we're going to do this as a rollout kit. We don't believe we're going to be able to create this bundle again at this price tag again. We don't think it's going to happen. Now, we have in the past, in the last couple of months, we've been rolling out our kits, being able to create them. Not on this deal, because we can't guarantee that you're going to get this. I mean, look at the grade of this fluorite. £23.95 for 242 carats of this luxury fluorite. Now, obviously, all the cabochons are different sizes, but the sizes are so fantastic.
There's every size that you would want, from the tiny rings that you might want up into making quite a statement pendant. So everything's there for you. And in both my kits, I got a real variation of the sizes.
And I think what's glorious is actually, in reality, it is variety that makes the difference. It does stimulate design. It gives you the freedom to create whatever you want, whenever you want, whether it be the signature of a ring, the majestic profile of a pendant, whether it's the drama of a cuff star bracelet. Tick, tick, tick the boxes. £23.95 is all you pay. If I can tell you, the fluorite on its own sells at £26.95. The fluorite by itself is £26.95. Now, that's why I'm saying this does not make sense as a price repeated offer. This is £23.95, and the fluorite on its own should sell at £26.95. No need for us to go as low as we have, not when we're then adding 58 meters of wire on top of that deal. Yours for the taking, and it's an exclusive 89 that we have for you. Huge congratulations if you have been successful. Now, before we go off and introduce you to how to create this, and I know Katie's obviously been on Facebook and has been talking about how to create this piece, so we will be taking you through that. Before we go and learn how to create this fantastic look on the neckline, I do want to give you a heads up on today's must-have, because today's must-have is an almighty prospect. We are about to bring you the luxury of neon apatite. Now, there has been a huge debate today, because obviously you've seen the sellout deal on the sapphire. You've seen how ludicrous that price is on the first kit, and the second kit matches the ludicrous pricing. But today's must-have, which essentially has to be the pinnacle of the deals of the evening show. We're bringing you this exclusive opportunity, and I'm going to put it out there now. Today's must-have, Neon Appetite from Madagascar for less than £10. No pre-order. No pre-order, but guaranteed less than £10. Oh yeah, that's 8 o'clock this evening that we'll be introducing that exclusive £10 deal to you. But before that, let's go and be inspired. Let's learn how to create. And I know a lot of you have been messaging in to Katie about one of the pieces that she's made, and it's one of many of the pieces that she's made from this kit. £23.95 for the kit. And we're going to learn, and you've had a lot of people getting in touch with you about this design, haven't you?
Yes, that one in particular, how to set the cabochons as so I will try and cover as much as possible, but it's not complicated, but the wires kind of make it a little bit
complex.
Yeah, it's easier to do on your knee rather than on a desk.
Okay.
So, but I will show you as best I can.
Perfect. And so what you have is within this kit, and just to remind you for those who are just getting started with us here at JewelleryMaker, £23.95, you will get a bundle of 242 carats of multiple varieties of cabochon. So it'll be lots of different sizes and shapes of cabochon of your fluorite from Namibia. Then on top of that, you're getting 58 metres of your gold coloured wire. The gold coloured wire comes in with 50 metres of the 0.4 mil, and then further 8 metres of your 1 mil, which is your much more structural wire. On top of that deal, just to remind you, you can add anything else to your order. You can keep on adding if you want findings, if you want threads and cords, anything else that if you've already ordered today, or if you'd like to add to your order. You only pay one postage and packaging with us, so you can add as many times as you like. And getting started with us couldn't be easier because of that opportunity to multi-purchase. So if you do need tools or findings or threads or cords to go with the bundle that you've just purchased, then you can do that at our website at JewelleryMaker.com to be able to guarantee that you've got everything to get you started. Or, of course, if you're already a JewelleryMaker and you want to give us a go, this is your chance to perhaps experience just how great we are at giving you great value, but also great quality as well. So give us a try and see just how impressive this deal is. Now, I'm going to say, for me, when I start to look at how many pieces that I got on my cabochon set and how many pieces of jewellery, they're obviously very equal in terms of the roughly the amount that you're going to get per each bundle.
I've still got 5 cabochons left, and I've used quite a lot of that.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
But
11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, the thing is that if I say that the pack that I got, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, right, I got 14 on mine.
Yeah.
You got 13, did you say? Around about 13.
Yeah.
So you're going to talk about at least a dozen. At least a dozen
cabochons.
cabochons.
8 there. This is my second. 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in that one. Yeah.
So if you say that you're going to get over 10, could be up to 15, and you start to translate that into the cost of each piece of jewellery.
Break it down,
It does just mind blow. I mean, if you look at the ring that you made there, that single solitaire, that's one piece.
Yes.
One piece of wire, nothing else. You haven't added any extra findings or threads or cords or chains. That's one piece of jewellery that you've made from this kit.
And a very small amount of wire, very small,
I mean, it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is. The quantity that you're actually getting in this kit's amazing. And can I just say, this is 50 metres of 0.4. I've waited a long time to get 50 metres of 0.4 in a kit, hence why I made the bracelet on the end, because I know
the bracelet
I wanted to make that
stunning.
bracelet for so long, and I know sometimes when we could just get the 10 metres, it's fantastic, you can make a lot with it, but you can't do that.
And that bracelet there is one of, it's almost like a signature piece that from your designs. It's very much almost a static bracelet that...
It's very solid,
And that's because you weave with the 0.4 against the 1 mil?
Yes, so you've got 9 base wires of the 1 mil, so you've got plenty of the 1 mil to do that, and then you've got it is a really simple, just up and down weave. It's just going over 2 wires up and coming over 1 wire down, but it creates this really dense,
Tight,
beautiful looking weave. It looks almost machine made.
it does, and it has got that, and I said that to you, and it just almost looks so meticulous that it has got that machine-like quality. I'm just going to turn it, just because I want to show you the other side of it. I just have to show you the detail of this, because it's just worthy of taking a moment. Look at that. Absolutely magnificent. And you can make that piece of jewellery. If you look at the price tag, and this is the thing, look at the price tag now. See that one piece of jewellery, one of 6 pieces of jewellery. Just take that one piece of jewellery and justify the $23.95 and your job's done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
And even though I used all that wire and for everything else, this is still my original reel of 0.4, and there is loads on there.
And that shows you how 50 metres can go, and how long it can last.
Yeah.
That's a really impressive amount of wire, isn't it? When you start to see, and that's the remainder of Katie's 50 metres.
The second reel at all for that. Yeah.
Wow. So you're actually going to step away from the bracelet, and you're going to take us to, because everybody was asking, you posted all your pictures on Facebook, and actually people have said they'd like to learn how to do this style of design.
Yes. Yeah. It is, like I say, it is quite simple, and it's just a way of kind of encapsulating each gemstone as you go up. But I'm going to kind of break it down and talk through some bits, because obviously time-wise we haven't got enough time to set all 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, these are about 60 centimetres.
Okay.
So you're going to be working with quite long pieces of wire, hence why I said because it would end up hitting the board a lot, which is why I made it kind of sat back and on my knee, but the camera won't get it like that, so we're going to work with it, okay? So what we're going to do first is do this little weave at the bottom here. So turn it that way. So this little weave here at the bottom, so you're going to have about 50 centimetres, 60 centimetres of each. So three strands, 3 lengths at about maybe 60 centimetres, yeah? Okay. And I'm going to show you on these smaller pieces of wire because it'd be easier to show you, okay? So this is just that weave. Also, just to start with, just set out your gemstones and work out what gemstones you're going to use, sort of, so they're kind of graduating inside, and you can see the gorgeous colours in those as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just going to need a short piece of your 0.4 just to make this weave across the bottom there.
So this is just to create the weave.
So this is just the weave that's going to set at the very, very bottom of that largest gemstone.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to pop our wire underneath, so wrapping wire underneath. Remember, these would be a lot longer wires for yourself at home. I'm just going to pop a couple, maybe 3, just to anchor it on, and just use your fingernails just to keep that really tight in there. We're going to add our next wire on top, so our wire's coming from the underneath. We're going to go around that twice. So you're going to want tension on that, but not so much that you're squeezing them together, because you're going to want to come back in between those wires eventually. Okay. Then our next wire on top of that. So wire's coming underneath again, and we're going over all 3. So 1, 2, 3 over there. So 2 wraps, and then we're going to come back up and follow that back down. Okay. So 2 wraps over 2 wires, and then we're going to want to come up in between those last 2, so pushing that in, just using your fingernail just to push it in, and we've got 2 wraps there. Okay, and what I tend to do is I'll use some pliers and just knit those together, make sure they're as neat as they can possibly be. Okay.
And that's how you get that almost like machine-like quality.
Yeah,
is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm so clumsy tonight. Have you noticed?
Okay, so just taking your time, every little sort of centimetre section, just look at your weave and just correct anything that's sitting out of line. That's what gives you that super neat
precision
look.
Okay.
Okay, and then again you're going to do the exact same. So we've got the 2 wraps on the bottom, so we're going to go over 2 twice, and then over 3 again, and then over 2 twice, and then back down to that bottom again, like so. So we've got another little kind of pyramid there. Pop our pliers in and just make sure everything's sitting nice and neat. Okay, and we're going to do that until we've got 5 of those little pyramids. Okay, so this is what I just showed you originally. Yeah. Now the side that's got the full wrap, so the side that's got the full wrap there, that's going to be the back, and the side that's got all the little double wraps, that's going to be the front. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to create a little bend in it, just freehand to start with. I'm going to take these back wires and pull that over, and take this back wire and pull it over. So, and just bring that in, and then just offer our cabochon up to it. So this is the back of the cabochon that I've got offered up to it there. So I know that's going to cross over at the back nicely. And we're just going to take some pliers and kink these up. So hopefully you can see that there. So kink these up. So this is going to create our next connection piece. Okay, so at this point, we're going to flip it over. Okay, and then we're going to take the next wire. So this will be his central wire. This is where it gets, you need to sort of figure it out where it's going to go. So this central wire needs to come up, around the side, across the top, and then it's going to wrap around. You can see how nice and pliable that 1 mil is, and we want,
So you want that to almost
encourage it
around.
to sit around the side
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay, and that's just going to sit there.
And you've wrapped
across.
it round
So I've
the
just wrapped
two
it around
bits.
those two that we've just straightened
Yeah.
out at the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to do the same with this side. So just
It's a bit fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah, this is why I said it's a lot easier when you can kind of sit with it on your knee.
Oh,
and,
yeah, I can
so,
understand that.
Yeah. So again, over, around that side, and I've come over the top of this wire here.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to come around the back, like so. Okay, so those two are sat like so.
Yeah.
Don't worry if that happens, it'll go back in.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we just want to kind of nip this together a little bit, just so that we've got some kind of firmness going on. Don't worry if it looks a little bit messy, because the amount of times we're going to kind of work over it afterwards, you're not even going to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is kind of lift these up, like so. So
Yeah.
pop in your pliers in, so get your pliers that's got kind of the neatest tip to them. So we want them to come up that way.
Yeah.
So this is going to form our next part again. Now we've got these front two wires here. Okay, and we're going to go this side again, because we did this side first the first time. And this one's going to come over the front and then wrap around. So we're holding that across the front, so we know that's going to lock that gemstone in there.
Yeah.
And then this one's going to come over exactly the same and lock that gemstone in there. So we've gone around the back, around all these wires twice. And then we're going to bring these up. So getting your pliers right in there and kinking that up this way. And bring this one up. So I'd probably try and get them more, a bit closer together, but you can see where we're going. So we've got our wires.
So impressive. Just already I kind of go,
That's a little bit.
that's really cool.
That bit's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to do a weave on this, which as you get further on, it gets easier because you've got less wire at this end to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to take some of our 0.4 and we're just going to do that little V weave. So
Are you doing the same V?
So the little V, a bit like the V that we did that I've done on the bracelet.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is just link into that first piece of wire at this side. So, and then give that a couple of wraps to just wrap that on. Okay, and then we're going to go over to, so I know quite a lot of designers have done this weave before, so I'm not going to do it again and again for you. So over two, and then you would go through, in between, over the next two. And I know I've even done it just a couple of weeks ago, so just kind of working up and then back down again.
And what's this called? What's this?
So I call it the upstairs downstairs, which is probably not its name at all, but basically doing two wraps, going up all the way to this end and then up or down all the way to this end.
I like that. I like its terminology
Yeah,
on your
upstairs
behalf.
and
Upstairs,
back downstairs.
downstairs. I'll have that.
Okay, so we know where that's going, and you can see it perfectly on that little piece there.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you're going to keep adding gemstones like that. So once you get, so we're just going to pretend just for a second that we've done that.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you get to this stage again, what you're going to do is take the middle two backwards, take the next central two forwards,
Yeah.
and then work these out a little bit.
Do exactly the
And
same
then
again.
you're going to bring the side ones, because these are going to sit nicely at the side, make a little bail at this side, and if I can just show you the back of here, which will be a lot easier, out of the way. So on this one, you can see I've just splayed that out a little bit there. These side ones have come up the sides, and it's just working up and up and up until you get to the top. And because it was getting quite long, this one, I just missed the woven bit and just went for it.
So essentially, what's capping and catching these is the two wires behind, two wires to the side, two wires to the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So, and you can choose to cross them over. It's entirely up to you. So when you get to the top, you can do any sort of bail you want. But we're not going to do a bail at the moment because I want to show you how to get the effect on the rest of it.
Okay, yes.
So you're going to probably choose 2 or 4 to make your bail.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use 2 for a minute. So just going to make a simple bail on this one. So that's going to come around, take that to either side. So the bail bit's not important at the minute, so I'm just going to work that around just so that we've got some sort of bail at the top. Okay. So that we've just done a really simple bail just there at the top. You can do a wire woven one if you want to. So then you're going to choose one set of wires. We choose these ones at the bottom here, and then we're going to bring that across and around. And then,
I see.
Yeah, that gemstone's moving a little bit, but don't worry about it. So this one's going to come across.
You're essentially
around.
encasing it now.
Yeah, so all you're doing is wrapping down each gemstone. Okay, so across and around, and then you're going to finish these with just little swirls at the back or swirls at the front, and then you're going to work the next one down, maybe finish that a bit higher so that you've kind of got more detail as you go up, and it really is quite as simple as that. I know I've probably not made it look that simple tonight.
No, you have.
Yeah, so it's just across and around. You can just finish these at those ones at the top there. You can just pop as much detail as you want to it. You can hide the gemstones. If you've got a little bit of dodgy wrapping in these sections here, you can kind of put more wraps around there, pop little swirls at the back. But that's what I did basically. So, and then all you do is turn it over and finish these pieces by just taking these a bit shorter, popping your round nose pliers in, and pop a little swirl. And again, that's still extra security for your gemstones as well. Just pop in little swirls at the back, like so, and then you can just turn those over just to sit at the back there.
Brilliant.
Okay.
I mean, I love that.
I know that looks a little bit crazy, but
No,
you
it
can
doesn't.
kind of
That's the
get
whole
how
point.
it-
Is
how
that
it-
you
yeah.
look at that and you go, don't even know where to begin. And actually now I go, yep,
Just
totally
really
get it.
simple setting
Yeah.
them, and then just popping more detail on with the. That's why we use so much length at the beginning.
And you started with about 60 centimetres,
Yeah,
you
about
said,
60 centimetres of each.
of the 1 mil.
Yeah.
Brilliant, just like that. So if you would like to get involved, if you want to get involved in this kit, £23.95 is all you pay. Now that's not just to be able to make this piece, but actually that's to make as many pieces as you want. We're working out around about 12, coming up to 15 cabochons that you got within the average quantities of the packs that we've got around us. So with that in mind, you could be making as many pieces of jewellery as you like for that £23.95 deal. That is an exclusive opportunity. Now, talking of exclusive and talking about really limited, 30. That's all I'm going to say. I've got 30 of 30. Now, we have debated this because actually we almost didn't put it to wear because we were going to go and ask our buying team to go and buy 300 rather than 30. But actually, in reality, that's not happening. 30 of 30, no pre-order on this one. It's exclusively for you. We've never done anything like it before. It's yours. It's black moonstone. So, again, I have to remind you, this is it, right? We don't play games in terms of, oh, here's 30 and then have another 300 in the back, right? If I had another 300, you'd have 300 available. I have no hesitation that 30 is not enough. I mean, as soon as you saw this...
No, I was like, what?
Exactly. We've never done anything like this before. It is black moonstone, and I think you can instantly see that Schiller-esque quality. I just love it. I mean, it's dramatic. It's going to be a statement for your jewelry collection, for your gemstone collection. You can use it in so many different ways, whether it be for jewelry or whether actually in reality it could be a paperweight if you wanted it to be. It could be
on display, definitely.
Exactly, a display, an item for perhaps your hearth or that kind of thing, because I just think it's such a statement of something special. And you've got oh gosh, all I can tell you is for those who are holding on the phone lines right now, this is still a closeout deal, so that means that it's not available yet. For those who are joining us on the web, it's a free-for-all as soon as the graphics come on. You've got to check out your baskets. We've had so many people interested in this deal. 30 is nowhere near. I'm going to blink and it's going to be gone. Literally 30 of 30. The phone lines will open in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Okay, that's it. Everybody's got the same chance. Everybody could pick up the phone. Everybody could join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Brand new. A minimum of 380 carats that you get in this luxury black moonstone heart. It's 53 by 56 in size. Already, Bev, congratulations to you. I've got Janet, you've got yours. I've got buyers confirming on the phone lines and buyers joining us on the web. Everybody's got the same chance to guarantee this deal. All right, yeah, okay. All I can say is that we also have multi-buys on this. We haven't even mentioned the price tag. We haven't even mentioned the price tag yet. 53 by 56 in size. Dramatic is what it is.
It is. When I arrived here today, everybody was touching this in the office.
It is.
What's that? It's amazing. It's absolutely stunning.
And it has got that moonstone feel about it. Moonstone's got a little bit of something special about it. I always feel very much drawn to moonstone, and you can really understand why when you've got the moonstone-esque qualities, but within that black drama. It really is quite glorious, isn't it? A real feature opportunity that we have for you. I wish we had more, but we don't. This is an exclusive club. 30 only buyers to guarantee this deal. Sarah, you've definitely got yours. Congratulations, Margaret, and you've got yours. Guess what? I've got 6 left. $29.95. Poor Katie.
I cannot believe the prices tonight.
Poor Katie's just like that. Really? Can I not be just at home? $29.95. Beryl, you've got yours. Lynn, Karen, Jane, congratulations. Collectors in Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, North Yorkshire and the West Midlands, London and Anglis, West Sussex and South Yorkshire. I've got Worcestershire and Cornwall, Cheshire and Wiltshire, Lincolnshire, Buckinghamshire. Congratulations to you. Everybody's going to pay the same price tag. The luxury of this deal is that actually we've never seen anything like this before. We've never done anything like this before. That's why I was more inclined to say to our buying team tomorrow, any chance of going and buying 300 rather than 30?
Absolutely.
But you know what? Let's just embrace the fact that we managed to get you 30. Let's just say well done to us for 30. $29.95 is all you pay. Great weight to this as well. Yeah. It's not just looking good, it's feeling good as well. I like the feel of this.
It's one of those that you kind of just want to handle it, don't you?
Yeah. And there is a smoothness to moonstone. There is that tactility about it. $29.95 is all you pay. Right, who's it going to go to? Cheshire, Lancashire, Leicestershire. Is it going to go to you? If it is, you've got to check out your basket. Let me repeat, if you don't check out, you could lose out on this deal. That's the likes of Alison, Eleanor. If you're going to check out, you're going to do it now, otherwise you're going to miss out. Carol, you're going to miss out. Angela, you could miss out. Michelle, you could miss out. This is the final chances. I've got 4 left. That's it. 4 left for $29.95. This is going to be a sellout deal. It's just that where it goes to, phone buyers or web buyers, I have no idea. What I do know is that what we have is all we have. And if there was one left, I know where it's going to go to.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. All I can see is kittens. 3 left. Can I have 1? No, it's going to be Margaret, you've definitely got yours in Manchester. Julie's joined me in West Sussex. Congratulations to Lena, who's joined me. I've got final. How many have we got left, Tom? 3 left. Still 3 available. I've got queues on the phone. I don't know whether it's going to go phone or whether it's going to go web. But what I do know is what it is available for 3 buyers only. $29.95 is all you pay for that luxury, not just look, but that luxury feel of a centerpiece. And you know what's nice about it is that it is black, but it's also got that moonstone shiller of the silver.
Shiller across oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's quite
I'd be using that in my photography.
Ah, yes.
Like a prop.
You could almost like prop it up and then just put your jewellery over the top so that it's nice. It is quite amazing, isn't it? You're going to just, when it arrives, you're just going to just...
Yeah, you get lost in it.
Yeah, you are, genuinely. And you've got, I have to say, the feel of it is almost satin-like. It's got a really tactile quality about it. A beautiful piece of jewellery. Still, I'm going to say I've got 2 left. I've just been told I've got 2 left. But we've still got queues on the phone lines and we've got web buys. So I don't know what's going on there. We're just trying to catch up with our system. Maybe the system's just having a moment. Right, from there, we're going to be... Ooh! Hello there. Oh, wowzers. Wowzers. Ombre, mixed colour fresh water, near round pearls. These are 7 by 6 millimetre. All I can say is that we had 30 of the last deal and that is going to be a sellout. This, guess what? Last 11 in the world that we have in our vaults. And they're totally natural.
Totally natural.
They're totally natural. Fresh water.
Absolutely stunning. Can you imagine? That graduation of colour is beautiful.
I have to say, I mean, because I've just recently been working alongside one of the biggest pearl dealers on Bond Street and one of the most reputable Australian farmers of pearls. And I know so much that, and more than I ever did about pearls. I spent a long, long time thinking that I knew quite a lot about pearls. And actually, when you speak to somebody whose family has been in pearl farming for 5, 6, 7, 8 generations, then you kind of start to know, you know, absolutely nothing about pearl farming. This is an exclusive opportunity. Now, all I can tell you is that because it's natural colours, because these are not dyed or treated, we have to identify the fact that each one of these has come from a different type of lipped oyster. Yes. Each one of them has to be found in a different environment and in a different way. And when you've got that perfection of quality, it really is quite significant. Now, they say near rounds. I'd question that, actually. I think these have got a little bit more of an elongation to them. I think they're a little bit more of a potato than they are near rounds, but that's just actually to the benefit. I don't think that that's a negative. I think that's a positive, because I do think when you're buying a near round pearl or a round pearl, they can look synthetic because they are so perfectly round.
And the perfect graduation of colour, if they were perfect round, you would question that. Absolutely.
Totally. And I actually think in reality, I like the fact that you've got a little bit more of a reality of nature's shadings and shapings. You've got that quality of the ombre tone taking you from the perfect of white pearls all the way to the peachy blossoms, all the way through to some of the most metallic luxury pearls. I'd buy, for this price tag, I'd buy just that, and I'd think that I'd be quids in. I mean, I genuinely do think that if I bought just that 2-inch strand of pearls, I would be quids in at £20. And I don't know anywhere else that would then suggest that we would add in anything to that price tag for 40 centimetres of natural freshwater pearls. They're 7 by 6, and you've got all of that look for $19.95. It's undeniable an exclusive opportunity like this. It's congratulations to Margaret, to Sally, to Elizabeth, Muriel. You've got yours in Clackmannanshire. Congratulations, Sharon's joining me. I've got queues on the phone lines again. It is a free phone number that you're dialing, so don't worry about that phone. Just remember that we will answer your call as fast as we possibly can. If you hang up, then we won't ring you back, but if you keep a phone in your hand, you're investing your time, not your money, on those lines. You could join us on the web at JewelleryMaker.com if you prefer, at $19.95. Congratulations if you've got that treat. That is seriously treat. Now then, we're going straight to carved leaves of fluorite. Now, actually, there's so much to be said about the craftsmanship that's applied into this deal, because we're talking double-sided as well. So we're not just talking about the quality of craftsmanship applied to one profile of the gemstone, like perhaps you would get in a classic piece of jewellery in a solitaire. But actually, reality, what we've got here is the craftsmanship and the carving detail on both sides of the leaf. So you've got double the workmanship, double the time, double the craftsmanship, and yet we don't double the price tag on that deal. We just give you this quality, and then we charge you a price tag that actually, in many ways, in some ways makes people stop and think. Not stop and think because it's a great deal, it's obviously a great deal, but it also makes people stop and think, go, well, why? Why do you do them so low? Why is it that, so much craftsmanship can be so affordable? And the reality is that we have an exceptional buying connection to many of the world's leading gemstone dealers, but also craftsmen, carvers and gemstone lapidarists. Our connections are bountiful, and where we standardly buy our gemstones from is in Jaipur, and Jaipur is one of the leading capitals for gemstone cutting and gemstone carving. And because of that, the connections that we've found over the last 7 or 8 years have given us the freedom to be able to connect in such a strong way that we are given these opportunities that perhaps other places would be charged a lot higher for. We get the freedom to be able to give you these chances and give you our pricing as well. And you can see here this full arrangement of fluorite. It is that full spectral quality of colouring that you have from fluorite as well. I mean, look at that one right in the middle, that minty green against the backdrop of pinks and purples, and that's what fluorite is. It's a gloriously myriad gemstone of colour. You've got an opportunity here, hand carved luxury leaf beads for just £8.99. You'd pay more for that for synthetic mass produced pieces of glass.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you probably wouldn't even get half the amount either.
And that is my biggest bone of contention sometimes with ourselves and our pricing, is actually we price ourselves away so much lower than the synthetic mass-produced stuff.
Yes, we do. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I get quite annoyed when I see people and they have used genuine gemstones and they underprice themselves so much. And I know it's because they got an amazing price.
Yeah.
And you just think, yeah, you did get an amazing price, but justify that gemstone. That's fluorite. Beautiful.
Exactly. And fluorite is a really exciting gemstone because it has a fluorescence as well as anything else. So that means it's got even more of that texturing that we're looking for our jewelry designs. You've got the quality of this beautiful strand, as I say, double-sided hand-carved leaves that you have there, all for rock bottom under £10 pricing. Straight to... Wow. See, all I ever want to do with pearls is just put them against my skin. Doesn't matter how many times I see pearls. You don't see many pearls like this, I have to say, but when you do see pearls, you just want to see them against the skin, because that's when they come to life. That's when they really do give that something special to the wearability factor of what jewellery is. You've got here your freshwater black pearls, and you have that peacock's plumage of colour based around the deeper shades of blues, but then with flashes of purples and pinks and greens that just really create a wonderful fluidity of colour against the skin. And that's the thing, is that when I see pearls and I see them against the skin, that's when they come to life. And that's what I want you to do. When you get these pearls home, don't just look at them in your hand like this, because actually that'll give you one perspective. The moment, and there is a reason for this, the moment you put the skin against the pearl is when they really transform. They really do. It's actually, there's a word for it, and some people call it the romantica, some people call it the simplicata, and actually what it means is that the pearl is blending against the skin. Yes. Yeah. And you've got that quality here. You've got that natural beauty from the pearl, freshwater pearls that they are, and you've got this wonderful... What? I beg your pardon, you're not going lower. Now, Tom, my producer... there's no need to go under £10, let alone then to take us to £7.95. What on earth is that about? An absolute deal and a half. And all I can say is that if we can go to £7.95 on those pearls, and we're going under £10 for our neon apatite, what about putting them together? What about creating that collaboration?
Oh, that's good.
Woohoo! Now that makes me excited for the jewellery that you're going to be making when you've got black pearls for less than £10 and a guarantee that you've got neon apatite from Madagascar, from the elite. I mean, the IGS rave about Madagascan location of apatite, saying it comes at the highest of prices. And yeah, here we are going to tell you what, we're going to give you Madagascar neon apatite. Oh, we'll do it for less than £10. We're bringing you this deal in less than 15 minutes time, and we're guaranteeing neon apatite for less than £10. No pre-order on that though, no pre-order, just be prepared for that big deal to happen in 15 minutes time. In the meantime, join us for your black freshwater cultured pearl combination. You've got these 6x5 potato pearls. Potato is obviously in reference to the shape and the form of the pearl. I know it's not particularly a romantic name, but actually that's just the practical name that is used by the gem trade for this shape of pearl. 38cm strand can give you a couple of bracelets, perhaps a perfect neckline look.
Yeah, the
Drama.
stones are going to go with the second kit beautifully. Looking at the sea beads on your neckline, they're going to blend beautifully.
And I know a lot of
together.
you have been messaging in about what I'm wearing tonight, so thanks so much for everybody getting in touch with it. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Now, this is a necklace that Katie has made from our second kit this evening. We had a little bit of a challenge of getting people to guess how much you'd think that this cost to create. Well, I tell you what, the kit tonight, price-wise, is epically low. So with that in mind, if you do want to create this look, maybe you're going to get the pearls as well at the same time. We've got something very, very special. All I know is that when we worked out how much this has actually cost to make, we were all totally stunned. Because it looks nowhere near. I mean, you can go to fashion shops and you can spend £40–50 on a necklace,
Yes.
and without even a blink of an eye think
Yeah.
it's a great deal. The price on this necklace, you will not guess. Well, I guess perhaps you will guess. If you know us and if you know us well enough, perhaps you will guess. But all I know is that you wouldn't anticipate if you went somewhere else the price tag that we're doing here. Right then, let's go straight on. Where we're going to go to? Ooh.
Oh, I love these. I love these.
Now, I was in the National History Museum a few weeks ago, and I had a wonderful time. Right, took the kids, husband and I jumped on the train, and we went into London for the day, and we had a spectacular time. I have to say, you know, we've been there 2 or 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
You never get bored. There's always something exciting and interesting, and there's always something new to learn. And actually, that's one of the reasons that we go, is because actually we all learn together.
Yes.
It's not just mummy and daddy teaching,
Yeah.
it's mummy and daddy learning. And I think that's one of the things that we really enjoy about the National History Museum and the Science Museum, if you've ever been. And we went, and through one of the main corridor halls, it's quite an impressive hallway, they have boxes, glass boxes, and in the glass boxes there's artifacts from around the world, right? Special, noteworthy articles of the planet.
Yeah.
So there's obviously rare gemstones, tektite and things like that. And then there's the pyrite. And both of my children, both of them, without reading the thing, oh, it's gold, it's gold.
Yeah.
And even my husband, 42-year-old, went, is that gold? Yeah. And actually, when you look at it, for all it's worth, it has so many hallmarks of gold.
Yeah.
It has so much of that edge that you go, yeah, why couldn't it be gold? And actually, in reality, for a long time, it was known as fool's gold, simply because it has got so many aesthetic properties to that of gold. And that's because with this pyrite, you have this amazing metallic quality, and it is part of the gem. This is not a coating. This is not something that is an addition to. Is this Apache?
Yes.
When have we had Apache? When did this come in? Now I've been on holiday.
Yeah, I think I've seen it once before.
See,
I
I've
think.
not been
Yeah.
in. I did not know that we had this. Now, hang on a minute. Apache. Okay. You know, I've been talking about locations. We talked about Thailand for sapphires. We talk about obviously the Madagascar apatite that we've got coming up. World-leading locations. Now, in the gem trade, there's almost like these mystical locations. These like almost like. What would you classify them? The pinnacle, the elite, the cashmere sapphire of the world, which actually in reality is probably, you know, was a drop in the ocean of a gemstone that was found for about 6 months, and that was it. That's the only, but it has this halo of the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody has the kudos, right? Apache pyrite is that one. It's that mystical unicorn of a gemstone. It's the thing that people don't even know really exists because it's... but the only place you can get it from is Peru. It's that elite moment into I did not know we had this in stock. That is so exciting for all that we are here at JewelleryMaker at bringing you so many different things on a day-to-day basis. We're still flooring me on a day-to-day. Literally every so often I go, what? How have we managed to even get hold? And not just one, you're going to get 2 of these cabochons. Apache Peruvian pyrite. And we're doing what with the price? I honestly thought you said £60 a night, and I was like, yep, £60 a night. And then he went, no, £6.95. That's ludicrous. That is, I mean, what am I even doing? What is, yes, just blimey, I did not genuinely think we would ever get to a point where, even for us, with all of our buying power, that we'd be able to offer something so exciting for your jewellery making. And it is exciting. It is, you know, again, it's one of those where I would say, get your certificate of authenticity, because it's really nice to have that proof of purchase location. Peruvian Apache just gives that kudos. It gives that elevation to your jewellery making and your designs. Absolutely fantastic focal points. I mean, for me, because of the signature that I think it is, I'd be going for a focal point for the hand. I'd just sit that there, because that, for me, I can enjoy that. I can look down and go, get in, I've got that quality of luxury.
I would definitely go for a pendant, and I'd really go to town on the
would you,
wire
like,
work. I wouldn't want to cover it up. I'd really minimally sort of cover over the gemstone just to set it, but really work around all that wire work around it. Maybe bare copper, scenery, really,
texture it.
Yeah.
You've got something really exciting there. £6.95. All you need to know is if you're on the web, you've got to check out your baskets. That's buys in Warwickshire, Suffolk, Sussex, congratulations, Dorset, London. You've got to check out 5. Loads of people joining us tonight, but if you don't check out, you could lose out on these offers. I mean, honestly, £6.95. Where does these prices? Honestly, it's like pick it out and just drop it on. That's what it feels like sometimes. Amazing, amazing opportunities. And another gemstone that's been recently in the papers is this gemstone here. Another one that's had a huge amount of I guess the word is coverage, media coverage, is peridot, and a gemstone that for a lot of people actually they don't know. There's a lot of people who don't know peridot, sometimes known as peridot. In America, if you said peridot, they wouldn't even know what you were talking about. So peridot is as it's sometimes known. It's interesting because it's a very well-known gemstone when you're in the trade. It's a very well-known gemstone because its colour is so present. It's vibrant. It's a gemstone that has a real lift when you're designing with it. I know for a lot of our designers, it's a go-to gemstone because it has
that immense pop of colour, and it's a unique colour to peridot. There's no other green like that ever.
Well, the interesting part about it is that, but outside of that, you might not know the gemstone because it is such a unique quality of colour. Lots of people won't identify it as anything other than probably green amethyst. Some people will identify it as probably a lesser version of emerald. It's not the case. This is a gemstone of its own kudos. It's August birthstone. It has so much about it, but the design purposes of this gemstone are endless, and you've got the chance to add that pop, that lift, that crispness of colour for just £6.95. You shouldn't underestimate peridot, especially this grade of quality. Looks so special. Absolute drama to any piece of jewelry. I mean, you were talking earlier on about doing the ombre style for the Tree of Life with the Mexican fire opal.
I mean,
I'm going springtime. I want this to be a springtime lift of colour for my Tree of Life. You know, the brightness brightness.
The brightness.
Yeah,
Maybe pop a
absolutely.
citrine in there somewhere or something.
Nice. We'll have a little bit of that. £6.95 is already paid. Again, don't forget, if you pay your postage and packaging once with us, you can add to your order as many times as you like. It's £3.95p for the whole day. That means if you joined us live at 8 o'clock this morning, or perhaps even joined us just an hour ago or 5 minutes ago and you made your first purchase, one postage and packaging you can keep on adding all the way through. And you will be adding because we've got so much still to offer you. From the majestic colours of peridot, we're going to stick with colour, and colour of the highest order. Neon Apatite is one of the most recognisable bright and bold gemstones, sitting alongside Paraiba tourmaline as one of the world's most respected colours of the gem trade. Some of the biggest names are working with this gemstone right now and really maximising on the lift and brightness of such a luxury colour. Yes, Neon Apatite from the most respected of locations. That's Madagascar. The IGS, that's the International Gem Society, hail this as the ultimate location and has transformed the quality of this gemstone into some of the world's leading gemstone designers' jewellery. So you've got the chance to be able to get this. I'm going to say now it's going under £10. It's under £10, and it's all to look forward to straight after the break.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Wake up and tune into Jewellery Maker every morning at 8 a.m. for our early bird special. We have some great offers, amazing deals and great prices to bring to you. So that's 8 a.m. every morning, and you know what they say, the early bird catches the worm.
Order from us today at www.jewellerymaker.com.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
The Jewellery Maker phone is free from a UK landline, so call us today to place your order.
We really are talking about something very, very special here. And I mean, I've said it and I've said it and I'll keep on saying it. The price point on this deal really is what makes us JewelleryMaker. It makes us the place to be. I'm sure there'll be other traders out there going, but how do they do it? I'm sure if they're watching and they're trying to work out our pricing strategy, I don't think there is such a thing as a pricing strategy on a deal like this, other than we are JewelleryMaker and we make deals happen, because there is nowhere else I can think of that would offer this capability of colour. And it is colour that is going to really create the kudos to your jewellery on this piece for the price that you're about to see. It is an exclusive opportunity from us to you. It is the time where we sit back and go, hard work from our perspective to offer this deal is then for you to make the most of it. It's a hugely popular gemstone. Some of the biggest up and coming jewellery designers are working with this gemstone at the moment and creating some extraordinary pieces. Pieces that sit within the spectrum of your highest echelons of jewellery house quality, because Paraiba tourmaline and neon apatite are sat within the same colour boundaries. They are essentially, aesthetically, the same value of colour. And when I talk about value of colour, what I'm talking about is the depth and the intensity of the colour and the same hue, tone and saturation. So the value of colour when it comes to neon apatite sits within the same boundaries, within the same moment that we are talking about for Paraiba tourmaline. Now, your highest echelons of the jewellery trade, we're talking your biggest names in the jewellery house world, are talking about the finest grade of neon colours of Paraiba. If you want to parallel that, but without spending, what, tens of thousands of pounds, and I am talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds on a gemstone, then the same boundary, since this gemstone's been found, we are talking about the ultimate opportunity for some of the biggest designers to embrace this quality of colour. Because we are talking about, I guess in some ways, your jewellery houses selling your Paraiba tourmalines of this colour for hundreds of thousands of pounds. And then you have the rising stars. You know, you've got Kat Florence, who is working with this gemstone, an amazing Canadian designer. And Kat Florence has really got that striking contemporary edge to her jewellery. Then you've got Nikas Koulis, who is a contemporary designer with a real sense of style and flair to the more neo-art deco qualities of jewellery. Maria Franci, she's a designer that has embraced layering this gemstone into doublets and couplets, because quite simply this is a gemstone that has in the present time from one location brought home a colour of Paraiba tourmaline, but without the tens of thousands of pounds that you would pay for that gemstone colour. Because this is a gemstone that's from one place, and it's the IGS, the International Gem Society, who talk about the really important prominence of quality of this gemstone. You can see there, IGS, the International Gem Society, this is their website. You can have access to this yourself. You can see there, they give you lots of really interesting information about your gemstones. Here you've got appetite, value, price, jewellery information. And in that, they do talk about the pricing, and in particular, it sees that you can see there where this says blue Brazilian apatites are those with a neon blue-green colour, similar to that of Paraiba tourmalines, command the highest prices. So you're looking here at a gemstone that is instantly, even by the IGS, the International Gem Society, even by them, they're saying if you've got that same level of neon colour that Paraiba tourmaline has, you are going to pay the highest of prices. Paraiba tourmaline is all about bright neon colours. Bang, that is exactly what we have for you here. That neon glow, that vitality. Paraiba tourmaline has got a distinction of bright turquoises, crisp oceanic flavours. Bang, that's what you've got here. And the IGS continues, and actually they talk very specifically about Madagascan qualities. You can see there at the top it says, prior to the discovery of the now coveted neon blue-green apatites in Madagascar, these colours, these colours, but little known gemstones, seldom found their way into jewellery collections. So it was when Madagascar found this gemstone, and in particular this neon colour of apatite, that this gemstone really came into its own, where it became a prominent feature into the likes of Kat Florence's design, Nikos Koulas, the likes of Maria Franci. We're talking about world-leading quality. The higher the colour intensity, the higher the price tag. That's what a number of sources, well, not just the IGS, the GIA will say that, you know, your jewellery experts, your professionals, the people like myself who've worked in the trade for a long time, the higher the saturation of colour, the closer to that Paraiba-like tone that you have, like here, it's then the price tag should be considered. This is an extremely exciting prospect from our potential, because we're talking neon colours of Paraiba tones of apatite, but for the first time, and I think probably one of the only times, we can deliver the Madagascan kudos. You saw in that article by the IGS, Madagascar, now coveted location for neon apatite. You can see there, it says for yourself, since the Madagascar finds, the jewellery use of apatite of all colours has increased. You can see that they're talking about the quality of luxury colour, then commanding the highest of prices, and we're doing the exact opposite. You've got reports that say the best colour comes at the best prices, the highest prices. We're saying the best neon colours of Paraiba-like apatite, and we're about to take you under £10. Now, all I can tell you is that the phone lines and the web are going to have the same chance. Everybody's got the same opportunity, and we're going to open the phone lines and the web in what? In 1 minute's time. 1 minute from now. That's 1 minute from now, and the phone lines and the web will all have equal access. The luxury that we're offering you here is that Paraiba colour, that parallel to one of the most regarded gemstones. When you've got new designers, some of the most prevalent designers working, like Kat Florence, like Nikos Koulas. When you've got people like that working with this grade of gemstone, you know this is the stone of the moment for colour. This is a gemstone, if it were Paraiba, would be quite simply hundreds of thousands of pounds of Paraiba. That's the grade of colour we have in this apatite. But instead we bring you this Madagascan kudos, now coveted, says the IGS, the highest grade of Madagascan colour that we've ever sourced for you. And we could do it in 10 seconds time. 10 seconds time. You could pick up the phone right now. You could join us on the web and get ready. Everybody joins us and gets the same deal. Under £10 guaranteed, yours for the taking. 65 carats of neon apatite, and all for under £10. All I'm going to say to you is this is today's must-have. This is our exclusive opportunity for you to get involved. You can see for yourself the power of colour, the intensity of colour. The IGS, I'll quote them, high colour intensity commands the best prices. That's what they say. And I have to say, from my knowledge of the IGS, I love their articles. I love their information. They have such a great, I guess, this font of knowledge. So many people who are passionate about gemstones that often give their knowledge to those kind of societies. You've got that level of quality that they're talking about in terms of depth of colour, and yet we're doing it for under £10. Your very own Paraiba colour of neon apatite. Paraiba colours of Madagascar neon apatite. Not £9.95, £6.95 is all you pay. What on earth are we doing this evening? Paraiba colours of neon apatite, a luxury of 65 carats, of that depth of colour, that intensity, and yet that vitality of colour that makes Paraiba tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of a gemstone, matching that colour grading, matching that almost that colour value from the hue to the tone to the saturation of colour. You've got that incredible quality within this strand for just £6.95. Now, if you have got a phone in your hand, you need to keep it there. We'll answer your call as fast as we possibly can. You can join us on the web if you prefer, at JewelleryMaker.com. I have got 50 people who have put in their baskets and haven't checked out. Can I say that again? 50 people who haven't checked out. I mean, we're talking Paraiba colours of neon apatite for $6.95. If I said $16.95, if I said $26.95, you'd still be quids in, because it's Paraiba colours of neon apatite from Madagascar. And let's not underestimate that the kudos and the coveted quality of Madagascar for neon apatite is massive, and we've succeeded in doing it for £6.95. Please don't leave in your baskets and think that this is going to be a deal that will be available in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Chances are it won't be, so you could miss out. $6.95, more multi-buys than single buys on this deal. More people buying 2s and 3s than there are buyers, single buyers. Congratulations to Mary in Lancashire, Mel who's joined me in Worcestershire. I've got Anthony joining me in Manchester, 2 for you. Shirley's got 2 in County Armagh. Congratulations to Kathy in Leicestershire, 2 for you. Jan's in the Isle of Man buying 2. Gertrude's joining me in West Midlands, 2. Moira's in Perth and Kinross, 4 for Moira. Janice in Fife, 2. Jean in West Lothian, 2. Wendy's board. Barbara, Susan in Hertfordshire. I've got buyers like Barbara in Lanarkshire joining and buying 2. I've got Collector in Devon buying 3. I've got buyers like Christina joining me in the Channel Islands. Congratulations to you. Mary and Jerry in Lincolnshire, 2. I've got Lena buying 2. I've got Collector in Lincolnshire, 2 for you. Caroline, Margaret, Katrina in Dorset. I've got Bev, South Yorkshire, 3. I've got buyers in Wiltshire. Congratulations, Essex and the Vale of Glamorgan, multi-buying. David, you've got 2. Congratulations. No, David's got 1, beg your pardon. Lynn's bought 3 in Devon. I've got Collector in Berkshire, 2. Congratulations to you. Everybody who I can see joining us right now is maxing out on the power of what we've done for this pricing, because we are talking about Paraiba grades of colour. Paraiba, which sells for quite simply tens of thousands, if not hundreds of £1,000s based on their saturation of colour. And we're bringing you that paralleled kudos of colour in this neon Madagascan quality. And we're talking about gemstones that are made the most of by some of the most prevalent new jewellery makers. You know, people who are really setting off their brand new trade of jewellery design. You know, the likes of Kat Florence, the likes of Maria Frazzi. You have got some of the most extraordinary opportunities for your jewellery design here, and certainly some of the lowest prices I believe you'll see for Madagascan qualities like this. $6.95. And obviously the nicest thing about this, Katie, is that because of this price tag, there is a multi-purchase opportunity here.
Absolutely. For that price tag, I'd probably definitely be buying 3 at least for myself. But the thing is, I probably would have actually used a lot of them just individually, just because it's got that impact of that Paraiba colour. Just a single stone in a sterling silver ring, I mean, you know, it's just going to make you look.
Well, it's interesting because the likes of Kat Florence actually does exactly that. She doesn't do like multiple pieces. Often is she takes one Paraiba colour of apatite and sets it singularly.
And I love the shapes that we've got on there as well, because that kind of raw sort of, well, not raw because they have been polished, haven't they? But they've got that kind of nuggety feel, quality, natural looking gemstones. They're so huge at the moment. So just setting one in a sterling silver ring or just one in a pair of earrings, you know, you're just going to make your money back in one stone. And
I do think the interesting thing is because you're talking about the particular saturation of this quality of colour, you have got the liberty to choose just one. I think if you didn't have that Madagascan richness, if you didn't have that coveted quality from this location, and you probably would have to multi-set them to
you'd
get
have
the
to
impact.
put more in, because you've got that impact of that almost Paraiba tone colour. You can definitely just use them individually and you can justify.
And the interesting thing is that when I trained with the GIA is the Gemological Institute of America, and when I trained with them, they teach you how to value colour. And it's a really interesting perspective because you can value colour in lots of different ways. You can value it in its hue, which is essentially its prime colour, or you can then value it in its saturation, so it's its depth of colour, or you can value it on its tone of colour, so whether it's bright or whether it's light. And there's loads of different ways, but if you can take a gemstone like this, and if you value it on all of that, the saturation, the hue, the tone, if you can grade that to what we're seeing here, you're talking the top dog.
Yeah,
you're
you can
talking
tick
everything.
all those boxes
And
with
that
this
doesn't
strand.
happen with all gemstones. You know, think about it. And, you know, if you think about it on something that perhaps, say for example, morganite. We love morganite,
Yes.
don't we? But you probably can't tick all the boxes for morganite.
Not on a single strand usually, no.
No, but with this gemstone, with this strand, especially because it's that Madagascan coveted location, you actually can tick the boxes. You can actually go, yep, it's got that, it's got this, it's got the brightness, it's got the tonal value, it's got the saturation, so it's got the depth of colour, it's got that perfect paraiba shading. It literally is tick, tick, tick.
I definitely get the authenticity card with this as well.
I'd agree.
Absolutely.
And interestingly enough, I think that's for people who know the gemstone.
Yes.
Because I think a certificate of authenticity for somebody outside wouldn't have a clue that Madagascar was coveted. Because that's their dues, because
but now
it is a new gemstone.
you've given our viewers that information as well, so that's where they can bring that in as well.
Yeah, and it's really important sometimes, you know, if, for example, if maybe 50 years ago you had the chance to be able to buy tanzanite, you probably were taking a punt on it.
Yes.
But in reality, if you had the certificate of authenticity these days, goodness me, oh, your quid's in. And I think that's the reality, is that, you know, get the certificate now, and perhaps in 20 or 30 years' time, that certificate will be very important because it's Madagascan guarantee. So in some ways, perhaps it is always worth getting your certificate, just simply so you have, because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen in the future for gemstones. And I think that for somebody like myself, who has been in the gem trade for, you know, for coming up to 14, 15 years now, I guess for me, the reality is that even in that small period of time, really, as you look at it, the shift on some gemstones in terms of their availability, their pricing, their kudos has changed so massively that actually I'm really rather more inclined to get a certificate on everything now, simply because I don't know what's going to happen in the future. For, say, even something like morganite, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen for kyanite. Kyanite at the moment, I would always say, you know, if you're interested in kyanite, I would say kyanite is the gem of the moment for a lot of traders. I know for a couple of the big dealers who are out in the JCK, which was the last big gem fair, that kyanite was a very big trending gemstone. So, and JCK is normally for your biggest jewellery houses who launch their collections and things like that. So kyanite's a gemstone to look out for. I don't know whether we've got anything. Is there any chance of trying to get something like that? You know, that's been there, and I literally, that's been there, and the whole time I've looked down and I've thought, is that kyanite or is that sapphire? And I haven't had a chance. What is it? It is kyanite then. Oh, it's how many? There's only 22. Okay, there's only 22 available. Wowzers. Wowzers. Okay. There's only 22 though. So that is coming your way. That is coming your way in the 9 o'clock hour. Now, also coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we will be answering the question, and we have asked this on Facebook, we just had a bit of fun, just saying, you know, how much do you think this has cost to make? Because in truth, the kit today is lauded. That's appropriate to call that. It's lauded, isn't it?
It's a complete hobby in one kit. There's nothing else you need.
I like that, a complete hobby in one kit. That is exactly
if you've never done seed beading
totally
before,
right.
everything is there. All you need is a pair of scissors.
That is totally right, because you get the needles, you get the thread, you get the beads.
Honestly, don't need another thing apart from a pair of scissors.
Boom! A hobby in a whole hobby in one kit. That's what you've got coming your way. And to answer the question, I'm not going to tell you until we get to the show, which is probably around about 40 minutes time. But this, I know a lot of you have been asking me about it. This is one of our extra special treats for you to be able to make. It's a brand new design. I've not seen this before, so I'm going to be learning this alongside you, and Katie's going to teach us how to make it. But to guess the price of how much it cost to make this necklace, it's ridiculous, because I'm going to tell you now, this whole look, less than £10. Right then, where shall we go and what shall we do? Let's go. Yeah. Oh, they're here. Ha ha ha. And they're not just a version of white. I always get a little bit cross sometimes when I see other traders and they often go white pearls, and then you look at them and go, actually they're more cream, or actually they're more blush. They're not quite as white as they need to be. Because if you say white, you need them to be white. Well, in my opinion, you do. But then I'm from old school, because I don't understand when you go to your paint shops. How many whites does there need to be?
White should be white. That's what I think as well.
Don't understand it.
Especially in pearls, because if you're looking at bridal jewellery, if somebody has a white dress, you need a white pearl. If you put the wrong colour pearl with that, it's just not going to work.
I have a real proper, what? My uncle, who's a painter and decorator, right, who did our last house, not the house that we live in now, but our last house, we decorated and we did a whole, what's it called, what's that when, grand designs type thing. We had to strip the whole house back. It was the 16th century costume. We had to go literally back to stone, back to soil, nothing in the house. We had to start all over again. So my uncle came in and I said, right, I want you to paint the house, right? And I said, so I'm thinking of that being just white. And he went, what kind of white? I beg your pardon? And he brought out, and I'm not joking, about 30 different versions of white. It's like, white surely is just white. Oh no, beg your pardon, it's not. I mean, I learned a whole thing about white. But these, when you say white, they're white. These really have got, you'll know what I'm talking about. Go to your paint store, you know what I mean. These have got that pearlescent white. You've got here your luxury white freshwater Keshi pearls, but they are white. I promise you, they're white. All white, £8.95. That was a very old joke. Yes. Very old joke. £8.95 is all you pay for these fantastic. And the nice thing about Keshi pearls, and you said you were talking about instantly wedding jewellery. Yes. I think the nice thing about Keshi pearls, they remind me of falling confetti.
Yes, they do. They've got that beautiful sort of organic look to them. It's just flowing, isn't it? I would definitely put them with the neon apatite we've just had.
Oh, just to get the colour contrast.
Yes.
Oh,
Imagine that for a beach wedding.
Now that does look good, doesn't it? Absolutely spectacular, and actually even highlights the white of the pearls. Highlights the brightness and richness and saturation of the neon apatite, doesn't it?
They complement each other, don't they?
Totally. £8.95 is already paid. Well, I mean, obviously, let's not forget the neon apatite. That went to a ludicrous price point of £6.95. So that means if you put those two together, you've got a price tag. What's that? £9 plus £7? That's ridiculous. That's £16.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. You know, I wonder if you could do some kind of torsade.
Yeah.
So you could just mix the colours together. That looks rather nice, doesn't it? A nice torsade necklace. Yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We're going to... Now then. Are they top drill drops? Because I have got some really pretty drops here. I don't want to pick up the wrong strand. I'm hoping that I've got the right strand here. Take a look at this combination. Now here you've got the luxury of luster. And there's loads of different technical words in the gem trade: luster, brilliance, scintillation, and they're all kind of, I guess they're all alluding to different versions of reaction of light within a gemstone. Luster is what you're seeing to textbook qualities in this black onyx, because luster is where the light bounces off the surface of the gemstone. So luster is the surface reaction of the gemstone, and onyx and spinel and black diamonds all have the magnificent ability to give it the ultimate luster, the ultimate light reaction off the surface of the gemstone. And you can really see that here. You can see it not just in the larger stones, and what I like about the quality of this strand is that even in the smaller stones, you can really appreciate how the light is bouncing off each one of the facets. The size of your smaller stone is 5x3, going up to a graduation of 13x8, so plenty of jewellery maker potential, whether it be perhaps just to create something dramatic on one neckline and you want that graduation from the nape of the neck round to the front, or whether perhaps you're thinking about making multiple pieces and you want the larger stones for a pendant and the smaller for an earrings. You've got it all going on here. Great variety of shape and size, but with all of that luster to be really maxed out on all of the sizes, and all of that luster creates dazzle and sparkle, something that really is a highlight to your jewellery collection. You've got a magnificent look here. Oh, these prices. I mean, is it an under £10 section and we just haven't even told you? Because I mean, we generally are pushing those boundaries. £7.95 is all you're paying. And you know, when we've just talked about how many pieces of jewellery you could make for £7.95, I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago I had a kit that was all faceted drops, and I probably had about half the amount of that. I made loads of pieces, Julie, and I had loads left. There's so much you could make with those. You can make a big statement piece. I made a ring and used them all in different directions, made a really big statement cocktail ring. Yeah, they're amazing. Fantastic.
I do think that that's the thing we have to remind ourselves. At £7.95, it's not one piece of jewellery. It could be 5, it could be 7, it could be as many as you want. It could be a suite of jewellery. You know, for £7.95, you really have got the potential to make, even if it's something as simple as a pair of drop earrings, and you want to make 10 different pairs of drop earrings, 10, maybe with different accents, maybe with some pearls, perhaps you want to put them with some amethyst, and you just create that as the drop, and you add one other gemstone, and you make 10 pairs.
Yeah, you could make a whole birthstone range and just have that as a drop, and then the gemstone above it. Yeah.
You sell them for a couple of pounds, your quid's in, because you've made £10, right? You charge them, you charge £2, £3. You charge, I mean, £7.95, your quid's in after selling 2 or 3 pairs, aren't you?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, it really is about making your money go as far as possible, isn't it? £7.95 is all you pay on that deal. Huge congratulations on that one. Now, this next treat, this has been catching my eye the whole time. This is amazing. I mean, this is absolutely. If you wanted me to guess the price on this, I think this is going to be one of our most considered purchase items in our vaults right now, probably. This is pretty. If our cameras even do this by a tiny, if I pick, look at this. I need to catch the light so you can see all of this specks. Now this is pinpoint qualities of colour. Wowzers. I've never seen anything like this on our channel before. Now this is, as I say, I have been off on my holes for a couple of weeks, but this for me is a brand new addition to our vaults. This really is just a spectacular opportunity. I'd love to think we had loads of these in the vaults. I'm pretty sure we don't, because this is few and far between found these days. Look at the colours. I mean, just look, as it comes round, what's amazing is that you literally almost see a hologram of light play dancing and shifting and changing the aesthetics in each part of this cabochon. I mean, it's spectacularly different to anything we've ever done before. Think about it, you know, if you've watched us from Dear Dot, think about it. When was the last time you saw anything like this? I can tell you, I've never presented anything like this before. It's your very own black matrix opal, and this is a magnificent opportunity. I mean, I'm fascinated by this.
It's like the most amazing starry night sky you could ever even dream up. It's not even real, is it? It's just something that you would imagine in your imagination to be the most starry, beautiful sky ever.
And I think it's got that, it's almost got that imagery about it, that it's
Yeah.
almost galactical.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It's almost got that something special. If I drop this forwards and backwards, it just shifts all the time.
Like
Can you
a
see
special
there?
effect on a movie or something, is it? It's amazing. Wow, look at that.
It's quite a phenomenon. I mean, it is quite extraordinary that you can get so much quality of aesthetic from one item. You know, not from 20 or 30 like we've had from strands of each gemstone. That's one stone that is 100% captivating.
Yes.
And I mean, I've no doubt about this. If you haven't had anything like this in your collection before, you will be mesmerised, because I've never presented it. And I, as you can tell, I'm a little bit more starstruck than I am of most of it. I don't think that this is anything other than spectacular. For me, this really is an extraordinary addition that you're going to be able to work with. I'm intrigued, and I'm really excited for the jewellery you're going to be able to make from this. All I can tell you is it is opal. So because it's opal, it is really light, which I think actually is to a bonus for opal, because when it's something this size, and it is a significant size, actually in reality, you expect it to be very heavy, but it's not, and that means that you can do so much more with it. It means that you can make a big structural piece of jewellery and not worry that the weight's going to be too heavy. You've got something. I mean, you heard me say I thought this was going to be one of the most expensive things in our vaults right now. I thought genuinely this was going to be a triple figure price tag. Wowzers. I honestly expected a 3-figure sum on this, just based on the, I guess perhaps more for me, just the beauty, the true beauty of this is just so appealing to me that I expected, especially because it's black matrix opal, because it's opal and it has that pinprick opal essence that we don't see very often. Normally we see ruban style of or jacquard style of opal essence, and we don't often see these pinpricks, and pinpricks are really expensive. And you've got that quality. Can you see what I mean by the pinpricks? Can you see how instead of having ribbons or elongated rivers of opal essence, you've got little pointers, little points of colour? That's really something special in opal. And different traders will sell based on the different varieties of opal essence that you have, and you can really see that quality of the pinpoints inside this. It's a brilliant example of just why you buy from us. The diversity of our vaults here at JewelleryMaker is quite exceptional if you think about it.
Oh,
you know, we can
absolutely.
take you from the luxury of Thai sapphire to the majestic quality of Madagascar apatite, and then suddenly flurry into black matrix opal. I mean, how extreme is that? How extraordinary is that? And that really is why I guess in some ways, we haven't diversified into lots of different crafts. And, you know, there are other places that do 5 or 6 different crafts on one channel or on one outlet or one retail. I mean, you can go to hobby and crafting shops, and there's 50 or 60 different hobbies into one building, isn't there?
Yeah.
And each hobby has got perhaps one little section. But actually, in reality, for us, what we've realised is that we really want to home in to be the very best just for jewellery makers. We're not interested in diversifying. We don't want to dilute our potential of bringing you this kind of collection of gemstones and jewellery making opportunities. So actually in reality, we could probably expand in lots of different ways, but instead we keep it in to who we are and what we're really good at, and that opal is absolutely testament to why we're not going to keep diversifying. We'll keep sticking to our almost blinkered approach to jewellery maker and jewellery making opportunities. Right then, let's go to okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember who it was, and I'm going to say somebody like Robin Weldon, and it wasn't Robert Weldon, but it's somebody like that. So there's an article. And there's an article about how nature represents art and art can represent nature. And every so often the two come together, and I wish I could remember where the article was. Gosh, and the reason I'm pausing is because it's really going to annoy me, because it's a brilliant article, and actually it's so fitting to this, because there's not many gemstones that you would parallel to a work of art. Nature's work of art yet, but not a work of art. But the grade of this gemstone is so extraordinary that I would call it more than a work of art. And actually, to parallel to the likes of something like a Jackson Pollock, and if you think of the Jackson Pollock qualities, right, I wish I could remember who wrote the article. And as I say, I just keep on ringing Robert Weldon, but actually he was the gentleman who I did some lectures with, and that's why his name stuck in my head, but he didn't write the article. All I can say is that if you are thinking about a work of art, and just think of a Jackson Pollock, that's all I want you to think of, a Jackson Pollock work of art, and then see this gemstone. I tell you what, the two together, they are moments in time. They are utterly sublime. I tell you what, I would pay for each one of those separately. I would buy these as separate works of art. I can't believe we've put them together. I cannot believe that we have taken 2, 4, 6, we've put 7. That's like saying, let's tell you what, let's put a Rembrandt and let's do a buy one, get one free with a Van Gogh. I mean, you just wouldn't do that, would you? I mean, you wouldn't. Let's get a Banksy and let's give a Jackson Pollock for free. No, you don't do that with works of art. You buy them individually. You buy them on the premise that they're a one of a kind and they're one of one, right? Look. It's a one of a kind. Each one of these is a one of a kind. I can't believe that we are putting 7 one of a kinds of this, I mean, pure artistic wonderment of nature's quality. Don't forget, this is not art. This is gemstones. This is nature. This is just nature reflecting art and art reflecting nature. I mean, that's very poetic on a Sunday evening, but that's how it is. The beauty of these, I mean, I tell you what, I hope I've got 50, 100 of this strand to sell. 4? Oh no. That's not making me happy. I mean, genuinely, the reason it's not making me happy is, I tell you what, I would happily buy this and know that I would just take one, sit it just at the centre of my wrist. I'd do something so simple, like even just get a black satin cord, just something really simple, and just tie it. I might do a nice, you know, one of those
the
slider
Solomon's
ones.
bar, yeah.
That's one, I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
I know there's a technical word for them. But I'd do a little slider bar. I'd have that as a scent. One, not lots. One, that's it, Shambhala style, right? One of those. And you've got 7. I want, need, have to have. I mean, the thing is, they're not prints, they're not reproductions, they're not mass produced. No. You know, they're not like you can get, you know, sometimes you see in some of those like kind of big warehouse shops where you can buy a reproduction of a print that you would like, or maybe it's like 300 of one piece of art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, these are totally bespoke, aren't they?
100% bespoke. Like one will never be recreated. No. I mean, that's what makes me excited. I think that's why I like Jackson Pollock, because you can't really reproduce something quite so mesmerising as his work. But that one centre stone, that I reckon that is worthy of the price you're about to pay for the whole strand, because that for me is a work of art. I think that's spectacular. I think that is why you buy genuine gemstones. Yep, totally happy with that. Like, totally. Think about how much a work of art is. Think about what you pay for a one-off piece of work of art. Now, I remember my husband and I going to New York, and we'll kick ourselves for not buying it at the time because it's now worth a huge amount of money. And at the time, we went to New York, didn't have any children, and we went to New York for my husband's 30th birthday, and we went to the art area, right, which is not normally like us, but we were just walking and wandering and let's do the New York experience. And we went to this amazing gallery, and we fell in love with a work of art, right? And that one work of art wasn't a reproduction. It was somebody who painted it, and it was just amazing, and we just loved it. And we actually, at the time, right, we could have bought it, right? Couldn't now, 'cause we've got kids now, but we could have bought it, and we didn't, right? That work of art, it's there in my head. I can tell you exactly the colours. I can tell you the exact everything, because when you've seen a work of art, you never forget it. No. And it doesn't matter if you can get it reproduced. That one work of art will never be the same. That's a work of art. Can you tell I really like that strand? Did you get I like that one, didn't I?
Yeah, work of art.
Work of art. Did you get that?
Yeah. Alison.
Jackson Pollock and everything. Are they sold? Because is the one. I'll just have one. Just want that. I want that. Okay. Oh, I'm going where? Oh. Ooh, yeah. Oh, now they're pretty. Oh, now they're really pretty. Yeah, and you see, the thing is that you look at this and you go, right, so what am I going to do and what can I? I mean, there are so many opportunities for jewellery making when you see this. Because, you know, you can start with the daisy chain. You could start that. Or you can then go straight to hair, because obviously, you know, this is jewellery making, and it's not just about jewellery for the neckline or to the wrist, but actually it could be adornments for the hair, you know, beautiful fascinator that has that explosion of flowers. And actually, because of the lightness of this shell, it means that you can do multiples of these, and it's not heavy. And actually, I always think with a headpiece, especially if you're wearing it for a long time, you don't want it to be heavy, do you? You
just
need
one on a head pin.
Yeah.
Just literally just one single one wire wrapped onto a head pin. You just maybe pop a gemstone in the middle or a Swarovski in the middle. Beautiful. And
actually, I think that in some ways, simplicity does talk, doesn't it? You know, you've got like lovely soft flowing hair, or perhaps you've got, you know, your hair in an updo and you just want to have, you know, just a couple of
them sort of down maybe a plait or something like that.
Exactly. And actually, that's just one thing you can do. Yes. Because then, if you wanted to do, you know, perhaps some children's jewellery and you wanted to keep it simple, you could do something really fun and funky with those, couldn't you? You know, add some coloured gemstone to the centre and make it a pop of colour. Yes. So there's loads of different varieties of styles that you can jewellery make with these. And the good news is you're getting 10 for £8.95. So you're getting all 10 for £8.95. So if you do want to join us, less than 90 pence each that we're talking about here. And that's, of course, for shell, not for plastic, not for simulated qualities. You know, shell has got that beautiful pearlescent quality still. You've got that shimmer that you won't get from plastic or you won't get from simulated versions. This is the real deal. This is shell that captures the light in a beautiful shimmering, almost halo-like quality. You've got this look and you've got it all for 10 pieces for £8.95. Size-wise, you're looking here at a really good workable size, because 50mm is sizable enough to be focal on the hair or against the neckline, but not too big to be over-egged. You know, I always think with something like this, you want the sophistication, you want the style, but you still want the elegance, but also perhaps even the fun of the beautiful detail that you get from each curve and each carve of each one of the flower petals. Wonderful look that you have there, and all for just £8.95. Your 5 petals of flowers that you have there, and all of that, 10 of those, all 10 for less than £10. Congratulations if you got that. Nice, nice, nice. Now then, straight on we go. We're going to faceted drops. Faceted rondelles. Oh, the long strand. Oh, hecky thump, it is long. Now, the last time I did this, the fire roper went flying. So watch out, Kerry. Could mind your eyes. Oh, no, we're all right. We have got here 96 centimetres. Now, that is just shy of a metre of gemstone opportunity. Now, the thing is just that a metre of something else could be actually just a kind of a don't need it, don't want it. But with this is the kind of gemstone you're going to work and better work into designs. You know, this is the kind of gemstone that can be used as a spacer, not just as a feature to a piece of jewellery on its own, but actually you could use these to break up some of the pearls that we've given you, or perhaps even the apatite. You know, say that apatite and you just wanted to break it up, just add a little bit of detail in between, then this is the gemstone that can do that. So a metre, or 96 centimetres should I say, of this coated black spinel is actually really versatile, because it can be a great piece of jewellery on its own, nice simple stretchy bracelets, that style, but actually use it as a spacer, use it as something that becomes way more than just a single gemstone that can stand on its own.
I'd probably take that central section where that graduation's a little bit larger, make maybe 3 stacker bracelets, and then the rest would go straight into my stash. And I know I'd have wished I'd have bought another strand, because they're the sort of gemstones that, that will fit perfectly.
It just keeps on breaking up the jewellery.
It's got that
and
beautiful coating on it. It's going to give you that sparkle, and it's going to add extra value to a piece, because it's a gemstone. It's not just a spacer.
No, I agree, totally agree. It's 96 centimetres of workable, stylish opportunity. That's what it is. You can add and better add to your jewellery designs here. You've got 150 carats of your coated black spinel. A fantastic opportunity. We haven't even seen the price tag. We didn't even see the price tag. So you're going to tell me the price tag? Patience will be rewarded. Ah, there we go. 14.95 is all you pay. Look, you could do a full lariat for 14.95. I mean, that's gorgeous, isn't it? Just like that. That will actually even it out.
Yeah.
I just need an evening out now. I need some kind of party. Any kind of party in anybody? You got a party lined up? I haven't got any parties lined up, I don't think. I've got a christening. Very
wedding
excited.
on Friday.
You've got a wedding?
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm a bridesmaid. Yeah.
Oh.
My best friend, I can't wait.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
This coming Friday?
This coming Friday, yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah,
oh, what's your friend called?
Toria.
Oh, Tori, I hope you have an amazing day. Oh, how exciting.
Yeah.
She's getting married on Friday. Oh, well, I hope you have a wonderful day.
We will.
Oh, Kerry, have you got any parties lined up?
No.
Oh, come on,
No
Kerry.
parties.
Come on, I need you to have a party.
No, I haven't.
No parties, no parties lined up. Maybe we need to organise a party. Maybe we just need to come up with a good excuse.
Adam said he's always partying.
Adam's always partying. Adam, are we coming around to your place then for a bit of a party? Life is one party. Yeah, if only. Right, we have got coming your way some fantastic bronze-coated pyrite. And the interesting thing about this gemstone is that when you say bronze-coated, you kind of instantly look at it and it looks like bronzite. And if you like bronzite, which we haven't had for oodles of time.
Where is all the bronzite? It's amazing.
I can't even think about the last time I saw bronzite. Can you remember? No. No, but can you remember bronzite? I can't even remember the last time. I mean, we loved bronzite, didn't we? We haven't seen it. So anybody, and if you've seen bronzite, you'll understand why this is absolute must-have, because this is actually bronze-coated pyrite, and it has the same kind of aesthetic value. There, see? And we haven't had this kind of look for ages. I love it. I really love it. And bronzite used to be one of our really top
we used to have
sellers.
loads of it.
I mean, we haven't had it for years. I mean, it must be years as well.
Yeah.
Can you remember the last time you saw bronzite? No. I mean, it has been a long time. But it has that metallic edge to it, doesn't it? So the pyrite offers that same metallic finish, but this time, thanks to the bronze coating, you have got... What? All right then, we don't need bronzite because bronzite would be way more expensive. £5.95 is all you pay. And I think, you know, a bit like what you were talking about earlier on with smoky quartz, this offers that more softer, subtle palette of colour.
Yeah.
Instead of using a black, which sometimes people use as almost a canvas colour.
Yes.
This is a little bit more
it
softer.
just softens it out. And the black can be quite a little bit stark sometimes, especially if you're popping it with white. Oh gosh, yeah.
So you know what I do? Because I think that is just a marriage
They're
made
my
in
wedding
heaven.
colours actually. I had chocolate and like this petrolly teal.
Ah, back to marriage again.
Yeah.
See? Love is in the air. £5.95. So now don't forget the appetite was £6.95. Is there any left of the appetite? This was obviously the offer of the day for us this evening. It was £6.95. It is still available to limited stock. So if you do want to add it to your order, now is the time to do so, especially if you've got that bronze pirate, because that works wonderfully together. Really impressive. I really like that warmth of colour. Right, we have got an extra special treat still to come. Now, don't forget, if you're asking about this is coming up in the next hour. So around about 10 minutes time, we'll be offering our second kit of the evening, and what a kit it is. We're talking about the opportunity to be able to make this look for less than £10. And actually, when I tell you how little it costs, I guarantee that you're not going to want to miss out. We'll teach you how to make it, plus on top of that you'll be able to buy everything that you need. And as Katie's wonderfully said, it's literally a hobby in one kit, so you don't want to miss out. That's in 10 minutes time, but before that, it's Start By. We've already had the conversation about what is white. And these have got that whiteness about them, haven't they?
They have.
I mean, these have got that crisp white quality about them. And again, we have to highlight the fact that the opportunity to own pearls right now is, I think, in our world here at JewelleryMaker, is actually quite easy. I think we offer a freedom of owning pearls that actually doesn't reflect what's happening in the trade at all. The last two harvests of pearls, which is last year and the year before, because the harvest still hasn't come through for this year's pearls. Australia has, but actually in reality that doesn't come into the trade as yet. But actually in reality the last two harvests have been hugely affected by nature, essentially. Some huge storms. Around about 2/3 of the harvest in some of the most prolific pearl farms have actually been wiped out. What I mean by wiped out is that essentially nature's come along, and what stands as in the pearl farms, which stands as your oyster caps, so essentially just strands of oysters, are literally just wiped out, and they fall to the ocean and they disappear. So what used to be, I guess maybe even 5 years ago, something available to us is not that available, especially over the last 2 years. Coming into this year, into the pearl harvest, and then into the trading of that harvest, I know from two very well-known traders in pearls, and one in particular who I only spoke to maybe about 3 weeks ago, and he'd just come back from Australia at that time. He's saying this is a really crucial time for pearls. The pricing on pearls at the moment is very, very much shifting. And he has said, and he was really specific actually, I won't be quite as specific as he was because he gave me literally facts and figures of percentage ratio, but he said there is a vast expectancy within the trade that you've got to expect that the price of pearls will rise. And as I say, he did give me specifics, but I'm not going to be so specific, but he said you have to be prepared for the price of pearls to shift pretty dramatically in the next year or so, just because of what's happened in the harvest in the last 2 years and the coming up harvest now. And I know the last harvest, which is kind of happening around about now, has been quite hugely influenced by obviously, as I say, just nature. The reality is the availability of pearls is lesser, and of course when it's less available, the price goes up, and that's the position that pearls are in. That's from inside information. That's from people who are working within the pearling industry. And I will say, obviously, what we have to identify here is these are freshwater pearls. This is not obviously a synthetic replica of a pearl. This is not plastic or mass produced. I don't even know how they create a pretend pearl, but that's not what we're offering you here. These are freshwater pearls that we're offering. These are absolutely white. I mean, that's the nicest thing about them. There is the brightness and whiteness that we're looking for our traditional classic pearls. And with this deal, you're looking at 40 centimetres of 6x5mm pearls, all in this look, and all for a price tag that absolutely shows you why you buy from us. 100% proves to you why you buy from us, because you know the reality is that as the prices change elsewhere, we are absolutely going to give you everything we can on our pricing day to day on pearls. I don't think there is a better place like us. £7.95 is all you pay. The luxury of this exquisite gemstone. And as I say, what's nice is that we know that the potential pricing of this gemstone going forward is going to shift. That's what we've had the information of, but that doesn't mean to say that we shift our pricing anytime soon. What we do know is we've bought stock, and while we've got stock at this price, that's where it'll stay. If at some point the price changes for us, then it'll have to change for you. You know, that is the reality of our business. But while we have stock available at £7.95, we will keep it at £7.95. That's the reality. I mean, there's other places that I'm sure right now would go, look, if the prices are going up, let's make our prices higher. Look, if it's actually £9.95, let's make ours £9.95, even though we can do it for we don't do that. We keep honest, we keep open, we keep our pricing seriously transparent. £7.95 is the price tag. And as I say, going forward, if that means the price goes up, then the price goes up. That's just how it is. But we will hold that price as long as we can for you. £7.95 is all you pay. Free phone number that you're dialing at the bottom of the screen. Or alternatively, you can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Straight after the break, we have got for you our brand new kit. And essentially, as Katie said, it is a hobby in a kit, because we're bringing you everything from the beads to the needles to the thread, everything you could want and more to be able to make this piece and a lot more from this one kit. I can tell you now, the price of this necklace, less than £6. When you work out how many pieces Katie's made and how much the kit is, this necklace, to the average of each one of these pieces of jewellery, this necklace averages as less than £6. I'm just going to leave that out there, and it's coming up straight after the break, so don't miss out. A wonderful kit, a hobby in a kit, and it's straight after the break. You could be making this straight after.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast, with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines, with more added every week. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from JewelleryMaker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.JewelleryMaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
JewelleryMaker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to book towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share. JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
If you'd like more information on up-and-coming shows, you can view the programme guide on our website.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
So, all I'm going to say is this really is the chance to be able to embrace jewellery making in a totally exciting way. We're bringing you everything you could want in one bundle to be able to create something really impressive. Now, that something doesn't have to be one piece of jewellery, but if it is going to be one piece of jewellery, it could look like this. And if you think about what you'd pay for this look, now it's about what you'd pay. If you went somewhere else, another fashion shop, a jeweller's shop, a stall at an antique fair, you know, those kind of places, what would you pay for this look? And if your answer is less than £6, based on the fact that actually what our Katie has made is 7 pieces of jewellery, one of which is this necklace. She's made 7 pieces, and they are feature pieces, from drop earrings to bracelets to necklaces, but she's made 7 pieces of jewellery for one price tag, which then translates to less than £6 for this necklace. I'll show you the other pieces. I'll show you the other 6. Look at the size of that necklace, that beautiful drop style necklace. Look at the gorgeous feature of the drop earrings or the ring. 7 pieces of jewellery. Now, that's 7 pieces of jewellery, which you could translate into 14 pieces of jewellery if you wanted to. You could translate that into 16 pieces of jewellery. You can do whatever you want with yours. But what we're saying is, from this one kit, Katie has managed to achieve 7 feature pieces of jewellery. That translates to the price that we're about to do the kit for as less than £6 each piece. That bracelet there is less than £6.
Yes.
Does that, I mean, for me, like, I translate that and I go, well, I'll just even think of, like, I can't think of anywhere that would put £6 to, and I mean, I can go to fashion shops, I can go to jewellers' shops, I can't think of anywhere that would translate a necklace like that for £6. That's the point of this kit, because you've got the chance to be able to make a lot of jewellery. That's 7 pieces, including the piece that you're looking at here, for less than £6 each. It sounds brilliant, doesn't it? We're about to give you the chance to be able to create at least 7 pieces of jewellery, and each one of those pieces, including this one here, less than £6 each. I mean, no wonder people love JewelleryMaker. No wonder we have so many people watching us, because quite simply, these are the deals that make you go, oh, now that's pretty good. That's pretty impressive, because £6 these days doesn't go a long way for jewellery. Not when you go to your fashion shops, not when you go to your jeweller shop. £6 doesn't get you. It probably gets you a box to put the jewellery in, but it doesn't give you the jewellery, does it? You've got here for less than £6 each one of those. I mean, that beautiful ring, that solitaire abalone ring.
Yeah.
That's £6. You wouldn't charge that.
No,
well, I
not
wouldn't
at
if
all.
I'd made it. It's amazing.
Yeah, the price that this is going to is absolutely crazy.
Because it does translate, doesn't it? I mean, that's the important thing. It does translate that £6 these days is not the jewellery that you're looking at that you've made.
No, not at all.
But that is exactly what we're getting. And when I say £6, I mean less than £6. I don't mean on the nose of £6. I'm talking less than £6 for each one of those pieces of jewellery. Absolutely magnificent. And I really love that bracelet. I think that bracelet really holds its own, and it maximises on everything that the kit is.
It does. Yeah, that was actually the last piece that I made, and I still had lots left after that. You know, it was just inspiring. The colours on that abalone and the colours in the kit, everything just worked together, and I just thought, just threading them and just building it up and building it up around that one gemstone in the middle, it just really worked.
And every one of those pieces works in a different way. That's what I love about them. Every one of those pieces looks great. You've got here your abalone flat coins. You've got a combination of your Miyuki seed beads, plus you've also got wildfire and your beading needles. You get all of this. You have all of this for one price tag. One price tag. You're going to get a combination, and I'm going to take you through. You're going to get size 12 beading needles, a pack of 4. You're going to get your abalone coins, 38 centimetre strand of abalones. You've then got your green wildfire. Now, I know that we've been talking about this, and I said, I didn't even know they did green.
No.
Green wildfire, that is your thermally bonded beading weaving thread. And then on top of that, you've got galvanised yellow seed beads, those are your 11s. Then you've also got your matte metallic dark greens in your iris seed beads, those are your 8Os. Then you've got metallic green iris in your 6Os. Then you've got also your violets in your 15Os. I mean, you've got all of that for one price tag. For each piece of jewellery that you're looking at there, that I'm wearing, that you're seeing there, that's less than £6. In fact, to the penny, £5.42. Does that necklace represent £5.42 anywhere else other than JewelleryMaker? Do you think that if you wore this once 50 times that anybody would make the assumption that you paid £5.42 for the main ingredients, because that's essentially what we're talking about. That we're talking about less than £5.50 for the look that you're seeing. Now, obviously, we're not including time and labour and things like that, which obviously you need to include. But if you're making it for yourself, it's a labour of love. It's a hobby. It's an enjoyment. It's not about making something to trade and retail at. It's actually just an enjoyment of wearing something that you've made yourself. I think some of the nicest jewellery I've made is actually the jewellery that I've enjoyed making as much as I've enjoyed wearing. Yes. And that's what you've got here, the enjoyment of making jewellery, but the enjoyment of it being this good a look. At the end of it, £37.95 is all you pay. A huge amount of opportunity here. My Yuki seed beads ranging in sizes, really workable sizes as well.
You've got all your main sizes there that you need. So even if not looking at this demo here, but any demo that's done on JewelleryMaker, you can make with this kit. That's what I love about this kit. You've got your needles, you've got your thread, you've got green thread. Now, the point I make about green thread, even if you're not using this kit, I know it goes perfect with this kit, you get to that point and you pick up your seed beads, you know what colour you want to make, do I choose black or white? And you can't work it out. Trust me, if you choose green, you won't see thread.
Really?
It's magic. It is absolute magic. It disappears into any piece. So
and it's not actually like the green that you would think it's going to be.
No, it literally disappears into your work. It's amazing.
So if you're right on that cusp, if you don't know whether to work with black or white, you would say use green.
I always pick green if I don't know which one to work with.
Oh, that's
and it always works. Never let me down.
Wow, oh, that's a good recommendation now, isn't it? That really is a good recommendation. If you would like to join us, you get, plus this, you get also 4 of your size 12 beading needles. You get the beading needles as well, so you get all of this look as well. Plus the seed beads. I will just drop forward the seed beads so you can see all the variety of colour. To add to this opportunity, let me just drop this forward as well. There you go. Look at those. Those are great, aren't they? Now, just to add, if you want to add a little bit of interest, another dynamic of opportunity, we do have a second bundle. It's just if you want to add, you don't have to. That's your I guess your main pack. That's to be able to make everything. But actually, if you want to add to that with some seed beads, we've got another separate bundle. So we're just going to quickly do this as an add it to your order. We're very much aware of the fact that you pay one postage and packaging, which you want to make the most of. So if you're paying 1p&p to get that bundle, this could be an add it to your order opportunity, which gives you the chance to even increase the jewellery making potential of what we're already going to inspire you. 15s, 11s and 8s are the sizes, so 15Os, 11Os and 8Os in the combination of silver, gold and green. I mean, for me, I'm just thinking Christmas.
Yes, but they do work perfectly with what we've got in the kit as well. So if you were to maybe look at doing the Cellini or Cellini spiral, and you wanted to add a different colour in there, you've got everything you need. You can add lots of different colour tones to that central sort of narrow section that you get on that spiral.
And the spiral is that the one that you talk about?
Yes, the chunky spiral that goes around, and you use all the different sizes of seed beads, and adding the extra colours that we've got there would create the narrow part, which is the size 11s and 15s.
Okay.
That would create a lot of different interest in those spirals.
Wow. And you can find that on our website, I presume?
Yeah, Collection often does the Cellini spiral, yeah.
Okay, so if you do want to find that, you can go to YouTube and have a little bit of a search for that if you want to learn any more about the spirals that you could create with these seed beads. It's 15 O's in the silver, it's 11 O's in the gold, and it's 8 O's in the green. If you're wondering what the sizes are arrangements of, they're just the bigger the number, the smaller the seed bead is the best way to describe it. £15.95 is all you pay for that bundle. It is an amazing opportunity that we're bringing you here to really be inspired. Seed beads are one of those interesting aspects of jewellery making, because actually in reality you can really combine lots of texture in seed beading, can't you?
Yes, yeah, you can go to something that's quite using one colour and quite flat and plain and machine looking, or you can add lots of texture and colours, different sizes, different shapes as well that we do. You know, the world's your oyster with seed beads.
And I find it interesting that actually, if you look at the bundle that we've given you, and then we see the jewellery that you've made, actually each one of them really plays on different aspects of the bundle.
Yes.
So you've got obviously the peacock's plume design,
Yes.
where that really plays on the matte of the green.
Yes.
But then the lariat necklace plays on the vibrancy of the almost the tanzanite blues.
Yes.
So you're really playing with the different palettes of
Yes, well,
colour and
it's not
texture.
just about the size, it's about the colours and mixing them together, seeing what works. But for me, seed beading, you can just... I always get a kit and I don't think, oh, I'll just do such and such. I think, right, what can I do? We can do this, I can do this, you know, and
diversity.
Play around with it, play with different stitches, you know. And seed beading, initially, if you've not done seed beading, it does look very complicated, but if you break it down a bit like chainmail, as long as you learn the basic stitch, it's quite repetitive.
And this one is called what? Because we're going to learn this, the piece on my neckline, and this one's called...
Prismatic right-angled weave.
Yeah, see, that just freaks me out.
Yeah, it does. And to be honest, I avoided trying this for a long time when I first started seed beading. Because the name sounds...
Is that this bit here then?
That's all of it's the same.
Oh, the whole thing is the same thing. It's just different sizes of beads.
Different size beads.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
See, this is the thing I love. I love the fact that every time I come here, I go, right, let's learn some more. So give me it again. What's it called? Prismatic right-angle weave. Okay, we're about to learn that then.
Okay, so there is a thing called right-angle weave, which is done with 4 beads. This is called prismatic just because it has 5. Okay, you could do it with more if you wanted, but 5 works out beautifully. Okay, so what you want to do is work with a length of thread that you're comfortable with. You will need to add in. Okay, but it's not a problem, it's adding in. So I've just got a shorter length at the moment here just for demonstration purposes.
What length do you normally work with then?
I normally I get the reel and I do 2 arm lengths.
Oh,
that's my
hickey thumb.
Yeah, but you can double it back in your needle, so you're not actually working with that full length all the time. So yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got 5 of my size 8 seed beads. So that's going to be my base size. So that's the seed bead that I'm using in both different textures that we've got on that necklace. Okay, so I've got 5 on my thread. I haven't put a stop bead on, but I've left a bit of a thread at the bottom just to work in at the end. And I'm going back through, so I'm creating a loop. Okay, so then I'm going to pull that through, and then those 5 will come together. Okay, so I've got 5 beads there. It might not look quite circular at the moment, and all I'm going to do is tie a double knot, so a simple overhand knot, and bring those together. Okay.
Yeah, I was on. When we were on holiday, we decided to hire a boat, like a little, like not a big, but we decided to hire a yacht, and like a little tuk-tuk boat, right? And we got up to this quay, and my husband was like, "Oh, you know, do this, do that." I'm like, "All right, right-hand man." So I jumped off and tried to do this knot. I tell you what, in the end, you know what I ended up doing? I did. Surgeon's knot. This one's like, what are you doing? It's not jewellery maker. It's a piece of rope holding a boat. And it actually held, and he went, "I take it back. It's not that bad. It's like a half hitch." I was like, yeah. Me and my jewellery maker knots.
Okay, so we've tied that knot, and all I'm going to do is just so that I know where I am. I'm just going to go through a couple of beads. It's up to you how many you go through. But all I've done is just give that little tug, and now my knot's hidden inside.
Okay.
Okay? So the basis for this is that off every bead, so we're only working with this bead that my thread is exiting at the moment. So off every bead, I want to set a collection of 4, which is a right angle weave, which is 4 beads together. Okay, so this is my base bead, which is the size 8. So I'm going to pick up one size 6, another size 8, and another size 6. So I'm going to talk about walls, floors, and ceilings and things like that at the moment. It will make sense, I promise. Okay, and then we're going to come around and back through the bead that we've just come out of. Okay, so I'm going to pull that in. So now, this is my base, my floor. These are my walls. And this is my top. This is going to come up together, my ceiling. Okay, so once I've done that, don't worry if it comes a little bit loose. It'll all tighten up. I'm going to go through the next bead. in my base 5, okay, my little floor.
Because it's all about that base, isn't it?
It is. Okay, so this time I have already got a wall at this side. Okay, so that your first collection of 4 on a row, you're going to add 3 beads. So in the next one, we're only going to add 2. So we need a wall, which is a 6, a ceiling, which is an 8. We go through the wall at the side, through the base, and pull that in. Okay, so you can see now we've done 2 of those beads. This has got a collection of 4,
Yeah.
and this one's got a collection of 4.
Got it.
Okay, moving around again through the next bead. So you've always got to remember to go through the next bead. As you get faster, I'm doing this quite slow, you'll probably go through that bead when you go through.
Don't go any
the
faster,
bottom.
just
No.
okay.
So again,
You only need
size 6,
a wall and a
a
ceiling.
wall and a ceiling, borrow the wall from next door,
I do.
through that base bead, and we've got our next one on. Twisting it round,
Yeah.
just moving that tail out of the way,
Yeah.
like so. Okay, so we've come through that bottom bead, and we're going to go through the next one. Okay, so working off a base bead again, so we add a wall,
Yeah.
a ceiling,
Yeah.
then we're going to borrow the wall and through the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay,
Through the base.
through the base. Okay, so now we've got to the last bead, and we've already got 2 walls.
Oh no.
Okay, so we're going to go through the base bead.
So I only need a ceiling.
Yep. See, you've got it already. So we're going to go through the
But
base
you haven't gone
bead.
through that ceiling. That wall. You don't need to go through the wall.
Yeah, no, I need to go through the base bead first.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to come up that wall. Oops. Up the wall there.
You're going to get the ceiling.
Get my ceiling. Come through that wall.
Yeah.
Come through the bottom. And then I'm going to come up through that next wall again, just so that I can bring it all up. Just give it this first row, just give it a little push in the middle. Okay, and it'll all come together. You just push it up. It's going to feel a bit loose at the moment, but don't worry. Now what we need to do is we need to create, all our ceilings are now going to be our base. Okay, so what we need to do is go through all of these size 8s again. Doesn't matter which direction you do it, you can change direction each time, you work out what's comfortable for you.
But you go through them to
Go
tighten them
through
up, is
all
it?
them again, just like we did at the very beginning when we tied that knob. We're not going to tie a knot this time. Okay, so bringing that together, and that's one section done. So if you were to tie that off now, you could actually use that as a little charm bead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just one section. Okay, and then all we're going to do is start building our walls again. So the first one is a wall, a ceiling and a wall. Then we can come through the base bead, and as you get quicker you can probably go through that next base bead as well. Okay, so like so. Then we're going to pick up a wall, a ceiling, borrow the wall, through that base bead, and then through the next one. You don't have to go through that next one, you can do it as a separate move, but just it does get a little bit speedier if you do it that way. And again, 1, 2, so a wall, a ceiling, borrow a wall.
I just don't know. When you get to that point now, I kind of go, oh, where's it going to go?
Yeah,
They just
so
all look
borrow
like a
that wall.
melee.
I won't go through the next bead this time, go through that bottom. Okay, so just at the beginning your tail will get in your way a little bit, but don't worry about it. Okay, but don't forget to go through the next bead,
Okay.
your next base bead.
And so how many seed beads did you use for like something like this?
I probably used about 3/4 of the size 6s,
Yeah.
and I hardly touched the other ones. They probably went down a little bit. You
Oh,
know,
right, okay.
couple of
Wasn't a
inches
huge amount.
something.
Because
Yeah.
it looks like such a lot of beads,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So I'm just going to finish this row, and then I'm going to show you how to change sizes, which is about as easy as it can be.
Okay.
Okay, so we've gone through that next one. Okay, so I know I've got all my walls there now. So we've got down to this little section here. So I'm going to come up the wall, add my ceiling, back down. So I'm trying to show you that way so you can see it from the side. And then around and up to the top again. Like so. And then we're at that stage again where we can join all those 8s together. I will say this will work with any size bead. You don't even have to use different sizes, but the different sizes gives it the definition. You can use all the same size, so you can really play around with it and get different looks. Okay, so there you're now in a situation where you can start adding another row. So now we've got 2 rows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just move along to this piece. Now once you've got a bit more done.
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah. So once you've got a bit more done, it's much easier because you can hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first 2 or 3 rows are probably the fiddliest.
Yeah. Once you get past this stage, you're fine.
Flying.
Yeah. Okay. So for this design, I did 5 of working with the 6s and then 5 working with the 11s.
Okay.
Okay. And it literally is as easy as just continuing on, but just changing size of bead. So I've got all my base beads. My base beads staying the same. My floors and my ceilings. It's just the side bead that's changing. So just.
So you haven't changed.
I haven't changed anything. All I've done is swap over to 11s instead of 6s.
Using those.
Yep. So if
I
I
know you
just
can't see the screen. So
pull that
instead of using those,
yeah.
you're just
So
using
I'm
those,
picking
but
up.
your ceiling's staying the same.
Yeah, so my walls are changing to 11s.
Okay.
So exactly the same scenario,
Yeah.
wall, ceiling, wall, through that base bead and through the next bead and let that sit around.
Yeah.
And then again, you're only adding 2, so we need a wall, a ceiling, borrow the wall and through, and then making sure that you go through the next bead, your next base bead. And again, wall, ceiling, borrow and through.
What's amazing is that you started jewellery making with us, and
Yes.
now like you're I mean.
And I didn't even do seed beading. I only started seed probably about 18 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. And
But-
it's addictive. It's so satisfying when you get to the end of the piece and you can see all that intricate work.
Yeah, I bet.
And secretly you know how easy it was.
But it doesn't look it, does it? That's
No.
the amazing thing.
Okay, and then again just adding that top and through. So you can go on and make the necklace all the way around. It's entirely up to you. And make sure you come up that last wall and exactly the same as we were doing before, join all your base beads together again. So, like so. So that is your prismatic right angled weave.
Wow.
Okay, so that's exactly how you change size.
I think that's brilliant.
It is quite cool.
So you said there's a version of.
You can do it with a base of 4 beads, you can do it with a base of 6 beads. So if it's 4 beads, it's called cubic right angled weave, which makes a square. So it's like you're making lots of little cubes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so each version is just based on the number of beads that you start with.
Yeah, and then you're just making sections of 4 and connecting each
But
little,
do you still
like
create
little walls.
the ceilings
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, you just create little walls. So, but this one's nice because a lot of people want to make like a rope necklace to put like the wirework pendants on and things. And sometimes a peyote rope does take a long time. This grows really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if you can mix the shapes,
Yeah,
the
mix the sizes up.
Yeah. I love that. That's brilliant. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. I'll take that one. If you do want the kit, sorry, I've got my cup, but it's it's just nice hot water. It's literally just hot water.
It is.
With a bit of gin. We've got vodka. We've got for you we've got for you. I really want to continue with that joke, but I won't. We've got for you all of that bundle for one price tag, and that price tag facilitates this necklace. So you could make this now. You've got the technique, and now you've got the kit. You can make this look for less than £5.50.
Just say that's just threaded onto wire. So because it's a tube,
Yeah.
you can thread wire through it, and it just sits really beautifully. But you can just connect a clasp to each end as well. Still sits lovely.
Just like that. If you would like to join us at any point today, don't forget it's £1 in packaging for the whole day, so you can add as many times as you like. We still have that deal on the kyanite, and as you know, I've just been talking about it, and it is going to be a bit of a treat, that one. Kyanite still to come within the next half an hour. But before that, let's bring you the luxury 10 mil mil Sharite. I mean, we have to remind ourselves that we don't see a lot of Sharite anyway, but then 10 mil rounds come along, and 10 mil looks like this. Look at the quality. The bigger Sharite gets, the more amazing it becomes. Because you see the swirls and the textures, don't you? You get the levels of the deep purples, the bright purples, the light purples, the energy of the colour. You can almost see how the gemstones formed when you see that beautiful arrangement of swirling patterns. Some of them are just incredible, and then others are just more mesmerising because they're like floating clouds of colour. Each one's got something different to offer. I mean, look at that one. I mean, you've got almost layers of banding qualities of colour, and then the one right beside it just looks like a massive swirl. Like, you know, sometimes when you see the weather reports, they'll often show that, like, the swirls of that's what it looks like. So every single one of these 10 mil rounds will be different, but the 10 mil is what makes it exciting, because 10 mil means that the bigger that the bead is, the more impressive the dynamic of shape and detail is for each one of the beads. $39.95 is all you pay for this fantastically unique gemstone. It isn't an everyday stone. It's not one of those that you're going to come across on a day-to-day basis, not even from us. But actually, when you do come across it, especially in the larger sizes like this 10 mil, you won't forget it. It is such an individually unique gemstone. It's got such a lot of quality about it. And I guess in some ways what's nice is because the 10 mils are larger, that there is so much more to do with just a single stone. You don't need to have 3 or 4. You can have one holding its own. You can have each one of these as almost centre stones. I mean, there's nothing wrong with thinking about that as a single stone sitting on a nice
bracelet. You know,
exactly,
nice wirework bracelet with just that one central stone. Beautiful.
And then actually, in reality, the size of that can command that quality of finish, can't it? $39.95 is all you pay. A real collector's treat, all the way from that one location, and that is, of course, Russia, for one price tag of less than £4. We're going straight to I don't think that this is what I think it is. Yeah, can you show me this, guys? I've never seen this colour of sillimanite before. That's why I'm pausing and stopping. Sillimanite, I mean, I've never seen this tone of colour before. No, for me, sillimanite is... I'm totally baffled. You've got this gemstone that has almost like a green hue to it. I've always identified this gemstone as a golden tone, and that's what makes me fascinated. Maybe it's the location, because I've never heard of Indian sillimanite either. So actually, it's probably that each location derives a different shade of colour. But forgive me, and I don't like doing this, but I've never seen this before in this colour. And I love the fact that actually, for working with the gemstones as long as I have, I'm still finding something that stops me in my tracks and goes, whoa, hang on a minute. An amazing opportunity that you have here. Sillimanite with the graduated faceted ovals. They're 9x6 to 13x10. 60 carats that you have here. I've never seen sillimanite like this before. I'm totally stunned, and all yours for $12.95. Now, the good news is that you're getting something special from us on a day-to-day basis, which we're proving to you here. And I do really rather like the fact that we get to learn about gemstones every single day. You know, gemstones that I think I know, I don't know, because actually one location pops up and you go, yep, and it's totally different. It offers a totally different, almost a different angle, a different opportunity to learn. So you've got something that I'm going to go away and research on, because a very, very unique opportunity here for £12.95. Sillimanite from India for just £12.95. Now what's extraordinary is sillimanite is part of kyanite, and kyanite is part of sillimanite, because they are they're gemstones that polymorph into each other. Sillimanite and kyanite and andalusite are essentially the same gemstone, but they then mix together to create something different. So I'm intrigued, if anything else, and maybe my sillimanite knowledge is actually starting to play with me, because if I think about it, kyanite can have the green version, so it would make sense that the green version of kyanite would have a stronger preference towards the sillimanite tones in this grading. Amazing. Absolutely brilliant. See, I love the fact that it's like the gemstone world is like a piece of is a big puzzle, and there's never a time when you're going to finish the puzzle. You never ever finish the puzzle. It's brilliant. £12.95 is all you pay for this fantastic Indian sillimanite strand. Really unique. Absolutely I love this colouring. Now these are going to go great with the kit that we've just brought you. If you got the kit, then this is just going to be a perfect add it to your order opportunity. We did obviously the rounds within the combination of the kit with the seed beads. Well, take that same combination and now add in the squares. So if I show you what you got with the kit, now you've got the chance to add to it with the squares, and the squares are smaller, which means that obviously if you do want to play with size as well as shape, then you've really got the freedom to be able to do that here. These are 10mm squares in this 38cm strand, and actually you could almost play with those just by themselves, couldn't you? Rounds and squares, and just get
they'd look great sort of worked into the really long
lariat necklace. That's exactly what I was thinking. If you would like to join us, an amazing double-sided gemstone. And that's again for those who like the idea of perhaps using abalone in pairs of earrings. The nice thing is that when they spin round, you get a guarantee that wherever they land, whether you see the front or the back, well, there is no such thing as front and back. They're double-sided, and so every single one is going to look great as it spins around the ear. And a lot of people use abalone for earrings for that purpose, because there is that continual unique quality, especially when the light plays and bounces off the abalone qualities. It really does create quite a wonderful arrangement of colours. A fantastic opportunity here. 38cm strand in your very own abalone flat squares. These are 10mm in size, and it's a lot of gemstones that you've got to work with here. So if you are looking for earrings and a bracelet with a matching necklace, job done here, I guess, essentially, and all yours for the taking for just one price tag. And that price tag, straight down to £6.95. You know, I do like the fact that they're also very flat, because when they're flat, it means that you can actually sit them against the skin. You know, if you want to do some kind of choker-like style, you could do that, because actually you couldn't do that with many of the gemstones, but you could do that there because it sits so smooth.
Beautifully together.
And actually it's not weighty either. I just think like chokers and wristbands, things like that, you want to be quite light, don't you? And abalone is part of is obviously a shell, and so because it's a shell, it means that you do have that lightness of wearability. That looks good, doesn't it?
That looks really good.
Just a stretchy bracelet like that, sitting on a stall, you know, make a little basket of those kind of pieces, and that's going to be a nice stop and try look, isn't it? £6.95 is all you pay for this fantastic look. If you do want to join us, it's a free phone number that you're dialing, or alternatively you can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Loads of different chances for you to be able to add to your order. 1p&p for the whole day, so make the most of this opportunity. And we've got what?
Oh, they're pretty.
I see, I'd keep these with the abalone.
Yes.
That's what I'd do. I like that colour combination. It almost, when you've got the fuchsia against the abalone, you see more pinks in the abalone. And if I put a different colour, you'll see another shade. I mean, we've got some lovely amethyst, and if you got the amethyst and put it alongside it, I mean, that's a great mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a wonderful bundle.
I like those with it.
And add in the seed beads. Job done. We've got another piece of jewellery made there, and then some, haven't we? If you would like to join us, if you've got the abalone, this is going to be a perfect way to add to your order again. And you've got this fantastic treat of colour. And again, because it's that not too bright, but almost one would call it sophisticated shade of fuchsia. It really is going to look really rather stylish when you wear it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to work really well in so many different ways, whether it be on the wrist, whether it be on the hand or the neckline, or even on a drop pair of earrings. I can imagine that colour really
just a
working
single
well.
drop, maybe just on a long head pin,
Nice.
with all the head pin exposed, so you get that flash of silver or gold. Yeah.
And I do think that this colour could go with all types of metal as well. You could imagine it with the yellow gold, the white,
the
you know,
rose
the
gold,
silver. Yeah, it's got that easy wearability factor, hasn't it? Fuchsia freshwater culture pearls that you have here, 8x9 in size, so a really good standalone size. If you just like to wear your pearls, you know, singularly, just one on their own, the size of these will certainly facilitate that wearability. But if you like to layer or stack alongside, well, I tell you what, it's going to look like a fantastic piece of jewellery that's cost you £8 and probably £9.95. A feature look. I mean, that is long enough to be actually just a really classic neckline
And
look.
when it's knotted, it gets even longer as well, so you're probably going to have enough for earrings too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's making your money go far, isn't it? That really is giving you the chance. And I do love the shade of this colour. I do like the fact that you've got
nice colour.
a little bit more vintage in
Yeah.
its colouring, isn't it? I think that there's loads of potential here to really mix the qualities of colour together, from a brighter, to the likes of the white pearl that we had in the last hour, to then putting that against those richer colours of fuchsia. It's going to look fantastic. £9.95 is all you pay. So if you do want to join us on this deal, free phone number is what you're dialing at the bottom of the screen there. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Good news is that if you haven't tried us before, you've got the chance to be able to make your own jewellery in a heartbeat. You've got the opportunity to make pearl jewellery, not synthetic, not plastic pearls, not, you know, replica pearls, but genuine freshwater pearl jewellery for £9.95. And you know, you think to yourself, well, you know, that doesn't seem to add up. But that's why we're so popular. That's why so many people come us time and time again. We've got here. Now, every time I see jade and jadeite, I do get a little bit of a, oh gosh, we're so lucky.
Yeah.
Because this is a gemstone that really is on the wane. It's just not available. In the marketplace at the moment, the Asian market in particular, are so desperate for these gemstones that they're actually just hunting for alternatives. The reason that chrome diopside, the reason that peridot is so difficult for us to come by at the moment is because many of the dealers who would be normally securing jadeite have tried to find alternative natural green gemstones to purchase to kind of suffice the demand for this gemstone that just can't be met by the availability in the marketplace. So jadeite at the moment is incredibly sought after, especially from the Burmese location. Burma at the moment, many of the mines are highly suspended, are pretty much 100% suspended. So a lot of the gemstones coming from Burma, from Myanmar, are not coming from the mines at all.
Yeah.
So a lot of the availability that we have in our stock at the moment is literally stock. It's stock. It's not coming from mine. It's just what we have in our vaults. And so we have to embrace the fact that what we have is great, but probably not going to be fulfilled to fill the gaps in coming weeks and months based on the availability within the trade. I'm just baffled because we really are struggling in the trade to get hold of this gemstone, and yet we still commit to a price tag of $14.95. That's $14.95 for 140 carats of your very own Burmese jadeite. Again, I'd say get a certificate of authenticity. I would say that the one thing I would do with this deal is guarantee I can offer a location that is, I guess in some ways, the kudos of owning jadeite. And you've got that kudos because we guarantee it with the certificate. So for 25p additional fee, we can send you a certificate of authenticity that gives you the guarantee of location and guarantees the opportunity of being in ownership and proof of ownership of your very own Burmese jadeite. Fantastic opportunity. There's a report here by the GIA that says it's very unlikely that you'll get a strand of Burmese jade or any jade because it's almost impossible to get the colour tone matched all the way around the gemstone well, look at that. I think that's a guarantee there that you've got that colour palette that matches all the way around. So you could do a whole neckline piece for just £14 or a whole bracelet for £14.95. Plenty to go around on that strand. Congratulations, you got that great opportunity. Really great. Go very nicely with the abalone as well again, wouldn't it? Yeah, really, really complimentary that we have for you. Gosh, look at that. Oh, these are like mermaid colours.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Almost fairy tale-like, aren't they? So the coating that you have here is obviously mystic coating that you have there. You've got the green fluorite as the base, which is that gorgeous ocean green. Yeah. And then you've got the mermaid's coating, which is mystic coating, that then sits on top of the fasting. And because it is faceted, it almost does create that almost scale-like.
Fish scale.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're all really rather entranced by this because there's such a mystical quality about it, really quite ethereal in the way that the light is moving. There's not many gemstones that grab other people's attention in my jewellery collection than my mystic gemstones, so things like my mystic topaz, etc. It doesn't matter how many times I wear my mystic gemstones, the coating just captures anybody's attention. I mean, I had so many people who have complimented my gemstones when they have this, as I say, it's quite mystical quality about it. People who just want to know, where did you get it from? Can you get me one? I get that all the time. Can you get me one? Oh, I love that. You've got that quality. And the nice thing is that actually, if you're making a piece of jewellery and wearing it, and then somebody says, can you get me one? You could say, well, actually, I can make you one. Yeah, isn't that lovely that you could be able to make somebody something that they've admired that you're wearing? It's such a lovely feeling when somebody says that they like the jewellery that you're wearing and you've made it.
Especially when you've made it yourself.
Yeah, it's a bit of you get a little bit of a kick, don't you? Yeah. You've got this gorgeous quality of your coated green fluorite in your graduated faceted rondelles. Size-wise, I really like the size of these because they're 5x2 to 9x5. So they're really versatile.
Really versatile. You could use just a single stone. Even the smaller ones, you could just make a single stone ring from that and it'd still have that impact with that coating. Beautiful.
Just gorgeously mesmerising. You know, there's a real, you just don't want to take your eyes off it because there's so many different ethereal colours coming from it, you know, whether it be the yellows that capture, then the greens on the turquoises, and then these beautiful shades of pinks and purples that I keep on seeing. It's gorgeous qualities. A really lovely strand that you have here. Your mystic coated fluorite that you have here, graduated faceted rondelles, 5x2 to 9x5. A price tag that guarantees that this is a Sunday saver evening. Look at that. £14.95 is all you pay. Absolutely nailing the prices this evening, giving you a guarantee that if you've bought from us first thing this morning, you're going to keep on adding, keep on making the difference yours into your jewellery collection. This will go £14.95, and as you can see, you've got so much potential, so much light reaction on each one of those stones that there's so many pieces of jewellery that you know you can influence. And it's almost that, you know, this is a gemstone that could go with lots of other gemstones alongside. You know, if you've got the likes of the pinks that we had earlier on, or the purples, or even the greens, you know, this would, because there's so many different colours.
So many different colours.
Yeah, so much dynamic. £14.95 is all you pay for that deal. A fantastic, I would say, you know, quite mesmerising quality. Congratulations if you've got that. Now it is time for our exclusive kyanite. The JCK event of just literally a couple of, I think it was about 8 weeks ago, something like that, presented some of the biggest jewellery houses and jewellery designers in their current phase of collections. There's also some very big gemstones that go on sale at that point. You know, some of the biggest dealers take their elite gemstones to be sold. And some of the most present gemstones within that were kyanite in its royal colouring, its boldness, its richness. Other gemstones, things like Ethiopian emerald were up, some fine grades of tourmaline, but royal blue, rich natural royal blue from kyanite had everybody's heads turning, and this is your chance to get your very own. and it's natural. That's the important thing, and I think that's the important thing that we have to identify with kyanite, is that it is natural blue. And going back to the very first deal that we did in our star buys this evening, we were talking about how rare it is to get a natural blue gemstone, especially on the sapphire sphere, because sapphires are traditionally, well, in the gem trade, around about 95, actually some sources have said 97% of sapphires in the trade are treated to some degree, heated, diffused, etc., to give them their blueness, their regality of blue, I guess you would call it. Whereas with this gemstone, it is naturally blue. Part of the makeup of kyanite is that it is, when cut to one specific axis, a totally royal blue gemstone. But that's just the start of this majestic gemstone, because in reality the blue is just one flavor, as you like, to the quality of this gemstone, because we're talking about a gemstone that is probably one of the most complicated, and in many ways I think that's probably the reason that you haven't seen it as much as you see the likes of sapphire in the gem trade, because it is so complicated to cut. You know, in this gemstone, if I go back to how gemstones form in crystal structure, they form in different patterns, and each pattern, for example, if we take something like a diamond, so the pattern of a diamond, the crystal form of the diamond, is cubic. So essentially the axis of the crystal, they are exactly the same, so they sit exactly the same length, exactly the same thickness, and exactly the same form. So you know when you've got a diamond that you will have exactly the same crystal form over and over and over again. So that's why when you cut a diamond, you can cut it to mathematical equation, because it's a repeatable pattern in crystal form. Whereas with kyanite, the axis of how the crystal form sits is totally unique. So essentially what you have is a gemstone axis, a crystal axis, that means that one is one length, then you have a second axis, which is another length, then you have a third axis, which is another length altogether. So what you have as a cutter, as a gem cutter, a lapidarist, is trying to sit and guarantee that you cut. So it's not like a diamond where you guaranteed the axis is exactly the same. You've got to find the right axis to cut. Now, if you cut it wrong, you lose the colour totally. I mean, it absolutely becomes devoid of colour, and that's where this is the most complicated, and that's probably why this gemstone isn't brought to the gem trade as regularly as something like sapphire, because the complications of cutting it are so almost fragile, that you could go from the brightest of blue gemstone to a gemstone that has absolutely zero colour. And that's why this is such a, I guess, an exciting find, when you have such an amazing quality that you see here, but you see it and it is true royal blue. Oh, that's a perfect example of showing you. There you go. So this is the natural form, the crystal form of kyanite. Now, can you see what I mean by the way that it's forming? If I put it down, I mean, there's not a natural form to that at all, is there? Pardon me, not a natural form. There's not a
natural order to it, isn't
yes,
it? Yeah.
It's very much here, there, but it's always going to elongate, so that's naturally forming like this, but it's going to form with then versions. Now, if I show you and tip this like so, can you see how you've got one long line of an axis here? Now, if I cut it straight down here, actually you'd lose the colour.
Yeah.
Because what I need to do is cut through to capture the blue. So I need to cut through the gemstone to catch the blue. So that's why this is such, and actually even if I move it, you can start to see that the colour changes, and that's what makes it so special. It's such a unique gemstone. So to get a full strand of natural blue kyanite from Nepal, which, as I say, is a world-leading location, is really, really exciting. And some of the colours that sit in this strand are epic. You've got some of the deepest cashmere blues, you've got some of of the lightest tones of royal sapphires, and you've got all of that mixed into a perfect graduated faceted pear arrangement. The size of the pears that you have here are 4x2 to 9x5. It's a fantastic example of natural beauty from the gem world, and some of the biggest traders are wanting to be able to access this gemstone for $44.95. An extraordinary opportunity that we have here. An amazing treat. I mean, goodness me. Wowzers. We really are talking about something special from every one of these stones. And as I say, you know, that $44.95 is not just about what you're getting in terms of the gemstone, but also what you're receiving in terms of the craftsmanship, the precision of being able to cut kyanite, the exacting standards that you need to be able to produce this level of beauty is absolutely spectacular. $44.95 is all you pay. Congratulations. Now, today's must-have was a huge opportunity and it is very limited. We managed to access an amazing treat for you. Neon Apatite. We're talking about the power of Madagascan blues of apatite, paralleling that of Paraiba tourmaline. And as we've identified with some of the most important aspects of gemstone trading, it's the saturation of colour, it's the vivid quality of the colour that you have here that makes this one of our most spectacular colours within our vaults. Your price tag for Paraiba colours of Neon Apatite, £6.95 is all you pay. It is today's must-have. It's the final chance to access this deal within our live show. Final opportunity within our live show to be able to give you a deal of such significance. I mean, I said under 10, but obviously seeing under 10 here at Jewellery Maker, goodness me, that means that we take a liberty to take you to less than £7. That's £6.95 for this luxury 65 carats of Paraiba colours of neon Madagascan. Kudos. I mean, this is a coveted location, Madagascar, and you've got it for yourself for just £6.95. If you want to add to your order, maybe if you bought one strand and now on consideration you should have bought two, well, you can add to your order while stocks last. You can add as many times as you like. You can buy 10, and if you actually get it home and you want, actually in reality only want to keep 7, send 3 back and your money will go back into your account. No questions asked. That 30-day money back period gives you plenty of freedom to make the right choices once you get your strands home, so don't ever worry about that. That is what we guarantee. So for £6.95, make sure you don't miss out on your very own Paraiba Neon Apatite tumbles. Fantastic feature qualities of colour. Thank you so much for your company this evening. I have to obviously say a huge thank you to our lovely Katie. When are you back?
Next Sunday mid-show.
Oh, mid-show. What have you got going on? Oh,
very
masterclass
nice
going on. Oh, I look forward to that. So Katie will be back with you on Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow evening. So I'll be joining you on the late show tomorrow evening with some more treats. I'm thinking I might do some Monday mega deals. I'm going to have a word. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com.